start of a new era. You know what I mean? Ineos era, new era, man. Trophies. Ah! Nah, this. Oh my God! Yeah! Yeah! Rashford! Cancelled. Oh, that is shocking from Rashford. What is that? What is that shit? I'm a Diallo! Yes! I'm a Diallo! Hold up! You man praying on our downfall. And that show for the winner. Yes! Yes! I said it! I told you! I said it! Offside! Dingra, what are you doing? What we're doing here? What we're doing? What we're doing? Perfect. That's what happens. They all get attracted to the ball and leave them. There's a line. You f***ing ball jumps. You f***ing ball jumps. You f***ing ball jumps. Why can't you defend? 1 minute to go. 1 minute. Fuck off, you lot, man. Fuck off. Fuck off. Winning every second ball. Anthony! What the fuck? It's been a difficult day. It's raining. This team, this mindset, it's not everything. I'm not gonna damn papers, Wally.
Couldn't go anywhere.
I'm done. Done, man. Done. Get out. Get out.
How are you? It's Gary Neville. Why is it a bad day? What's happened to you? I always think that life's like a game of football. You win some, you lose some, and you draw some, and obviously you're feeling a little bit disappointed this morning, but there is a bright future, and you definitely have got a bright future. Sometimes you don't quite get the results that you want, so keep your head up, won't you?
What's wrong with this team? This team lacks any mentality, no quality.
No, it's good to hear from you as well.
Like sheep. He's got his head in his face.
That's Teddy's got his head in his face.
Gary Neville done it,
bro.
Did he actually say that the head in the face? I just heard
The Gary Neville bit's goated already, yeah. But the head in his face, bro. Why didn't no one tell me he said that?
A man fell to his knees, bro. He fell to his knees. Man, do you know what? I mean,
football is back.
Football's a humbler, man.
Football is
do you know what? He fucking deserves it. Like,
he does fucking deserve it. He deserves every fucking minute of it.
Yeah, he did. Now, Steve, do you know what? You're right. No, Steve, you're right. Because you know what you said last week, or was it the week before when you made your comeback? You said we're going soft, and I have been going soft on him because he's my brother. Innit? He bought me. Remember, I told you he bought me dinner when I was in Manchester. It was like proper, like crusty and shit. But at least he bought it. He paid for it. So I've been getting soft on him recently. Yeah, but people be sending me clips of his videos and his previews and the way he's been hyping up Man United and players, and we're back. And what's that coach he keeps talking about, Tobes?
Rennie Hike or whatever.
Yeah,
Rennie Hike.
He keeps telling him about Rennie Hacks. He keeps telling him about Rennie Hacks. Rennie Hacks. Structure, Rennie Hacks.
Raining hacks, not Rennie Hacks. Raining Hacks. He's going on about the rain, mate, at one point.
So there's no more, he doesn't deserve it, brother SAEED. No, I mean, he's still my brother SAEED, but hold that.
Bottlers, innit? Remember that?
Bottlers,
innit? Yeah? New season, same Man United. Bottlers, innit? Yeah?
Same old shit. Hey, the star is born. Dutch Tom knocks it in his own net, offside. Dutch Tom. I told you about Dutch Tom. Den Haag, 2 years. Dutch Tom.
Dutch Tom.
Hey, and what else was happening last week? Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Did you see Aaron Wan-Bissaka at weekend? Did you? Did you see it?
I heard he did a madness.
Yeah, did you see it? Yeah. What was the Moroccan dude doing? The shisha pipe guy at United at Brighton. He was all over the place. He's all over the place. You know what I mean? He's nothing special. I've told you. Wan-Bissaka, living the dream now. Living the dream. He's out of that stinking shithole. You know what I mean? And he's playing football again. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we all know what they're about. It's a big pile of steaming shit at Old Trafford. That's not me trolling. I'm telling the truth. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. You're bringing in players that nobody wants. You're getting gassed up about the new Star is Born. Nobody's asked about the Star is Born. I've told you, Den Haag Tom, it'll be there in 2 years, and it'll be another one that's coming in. Nothing has changed. Man United are exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? De Ligt will be the new saviour in a few weeks. The Butcher, the worst butcher since Pat Butcher. I told you that one. Fred Elliott. Fred Elliott was a better butcher than him. Do you know what I mean? At least Fred Elliott would have cleared that. Do you know what I mean? Big Fred would have cleared that. But you know, it's just listen. I'm sick of talking about it. It's terrible over there. Ineos is coming. We're doing this. They're shopping on the whoopsie aisle. They're getting players from cash converters. They payers. You know what I mean? We'll pay you in 4 years. This is not the behaviour of Manchester United Football Club. This is not the behaviour. I've seen you, on your knees in the last fucking so many weeks more times than a brass down in Manchester in the Canal Street area. There you go. You're on your knees every time. You're going to have to... In fact, can we get a GoFundMe page for SAEED to get a rug? Because he must be getting damaged knees. He'll have to have kneecap replacements. He's on his knees that many times. You know what I mean? We need to try it out, Grizz. Grizz, innit? You must have a rug, Grizz, knocking about somewhere. Back when Liverpool was shit, you was on your knees.
You must have a rub.
You got a rug there for him. Look, have you got one? You got one there, yeah. Yeah. Right, listen, send it up there because, listen, you can't be knee sliding on laminate flooring, man. You're going to be fucked. Yeah, he's got a rug. You've got a rug. You've got a rug. Toby's got a depressing gown. And, you know, it is what it is. And I've got a blanket just in case it's cold.
I'm gonna pause all the rugs and everything until we play them next week. But now, after next week, then we will go full steam ahead with all these actions.
You know that, son. You know.
I'm just gonna rein it in until next.
Has anyone got any foam knocking about? Remember the little foam things and that you can, like, you know, you can put in your sofas and stuff, a little bit of foam. At least if he hits the deck, his knees are going to be safe. I'm worried about his knees, man.
You know what I want to know? I want to ask him for his thoughts on Lisandro Martinez, man. Lisandro Martinez, the renaissance with Maguire. I just want to know what was going on for that first goal. Who was he marking for that first goal?
He wasn't marking anyone, but was he the sole purpose for that goal? I think it was Maguire.
That's why I said I want to talk about Lisandro and Maguire. I asked, who was Lisandro marking for the first goal?
Well, he wasn't marking anyone, but I think for me...
Why wasn't he marking anyone?
He wasn't marking anyone because obviously there was no danger at that point there, but the main danger...
There was no danger. There was a man in front of him in the middle of the goal.
You let me speak. Okay.
But there was no danger.
For me, the ball is coming in the box. Maguire can see it. Maguire has to clear the danger. It's on Maguire. So I don't understand what you look at Lisandro for. Yeah, cool. They're a partnership and they have to communicate better. Cool, I agree with that one. But Maguire can see the ball, where the direction's coming from, and he doesn't get the danger out. Simple.
Agree. Fully agree. Maguire should have cleared it. He didn't clear it, and he's culpable, but he hasn't cleared it. The ball is now on the other side, waiting to come back in. You've literally just said there was no danger. There were two Brighton players in the box.
And who was closest to the ball again? Who was closest to the ball again when the ball came back in? Maguire. Listen, don't get me wrong. Let me analyze Martinez. I understand the form right now is looking not great, but he's just.
What do you mean not? Wait. What do you mean not great? Weren't you just telling me a week ago he padlocked Adama Traore?
Cool.
What do you mean not great?
I understand, but he's out of the preseason. That's one thing first and foremost. Here, he was excellent. Team of the tournament in that Copa America. Excellent.
Why?
Excellent.
Who else was it?
Unbelievable. Not conceded a goal. Romero was there. You know what I mean?
No.
Obviously, the Sancho was holding. Last week, you
were smiling when I was last week. I was able to, despite my rating of Romero, I was able to rightly criticize him for his fault in our goal. I could easily say to you, "Oh my God, the defender didn't do enough to block the crossing," but he was at fault. The same way Lisandro was at fault. So you can say Maguire's at fault, rightly so. That's fine. But say Lisandro's at fault as well. It's not going to hurt you, bro. It's not going to hurt you. He was at fault. Say it with me. Lisandro Martinez.
I don't think he was directly at fault, but communication is key, and he could have done better communicating. I'll admit that. Is that fair?
Right.
I think the communication. I think the communication is always going to be a problem with you guys chopping and changing your defense.
Yes.
You had two people making your debut. You brought on another one to make his debut. I believe Delitz made his debut, right? Was that Delitz's debut?
No. No, I think like he came on the Premier League. He came on against them.
He came on last game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he's just coming on sporadically. I don't understand the thinking, like how you're supposed to do that, and what's the thinking behind those kind of changes and substitutions. But look, you got. I think most people will say you got what you deserved. I think Brighton were good value, but just the way it happened in the last second was fucking fume. I was like absolutely loving it the way it happened in the last minute, but it should have happened before that. They missed some of the chances they missed. But there is issues. There's glaring issues still. There's good things. We spoke about the positives of Man United. There has been some kinds of positives, but as Toby says, the overall glaring issues still seem to be the same.
Listen, for me, I'm not going to come on here and say we deserve to win. There's a lot of people that are putting out there. I don't think we deserve to win. Probably a draw towards the end. We could have got nicked a draw, but I don't think we deserve to win. Brighton had 3 or 4 big chances towards the end. Milner had a chance. Welbeck should have scored. They were creating the most opportunities for me personally. We created 1 chance through Ahmad Diallo. To be honest with you, it's quite difficult to kind of get that in control. Maybe Ahmad should have passed it to Rashford a bit more sooner. That could have created a chance. Apart from that, we didn't deserve anything out of the game, especially second half. First half, cool. We were pressing a little bit better and we were closing the gaps in midfield. Cool. But I still don't, for me, I'm not gassing that first half performance up. Yeah, cool. We did what we had to do. I just think for me, we lacked any sort of critical thinking. We lacked ideas. I thought the team shape was awful. He wanted to stick McTominay out again, even though we're trying to sell him to get the winner. It's just not sustainable, that sort of football. And what happens with Man United is we allow teams into the game a lot. I don't know if you've seen the stat, guys. 6 goals in the 90th minute winners. We've only had 2 from 1992 to 2022. That's all under Ten Hag. So it just shows you there's a pattern here where the team just growing confidence that they can believe they can get the win. And that Ten Hag football allows that to happen. I don't think there's a lot changed. Maybe the press is a little bit better to coordinate, but I do agree. Nothing's really holistically changed about Man United. And this is why I'm saying I'm not really kind of overreacting. Cool. I overreacted against the goal because it's last minute. I get it. I overreacted. No. I get it. I reacted.
He just said, I'm not going to overreact, but I overreacted.
I reacted naturally. I reacted naturally to the goal. But in terms of overreaction after and creating this whole kind of Ten Hag in and out, people know my opinion. That's why for me, I'm quite calm and relaxed. Everyone can have this discourse. People know my stance. It's now time to improve. And if he doesn't improve, he will get sacked. So it's almost like he's still in that phase of he has to prove to Ineos why he's the man still. He didn't get fully backed, let's be honest. He got a 1-year extension on top of the 1 year he had left on. So it is literally, like a situation where he has to prove to the United fans why he's still the man. There's still glaring problems at Man United and they will have to improve over time. He's looking like he might be getting Ugarte. I think there still needs to be more because no one can control a game. We can't control football games. You can see
that's your biggest problem for me, the control. Yeah. I don't see Man United controlling the game of football. I don't see when City played Chelsea the other week, Chelsea started a little period where they were starting to get on top. City just got the ball, controlled it at the back, knocked it around, tried to keep control, slowed the pace right down. We got the game back on our terms. We United, I feel like it's like a basketball game every game. Yeah. I feel like it's like they attack, then someone else attack, they attack, someone else attack. And I don't think you've got big enough gunmen to blow teams away. If you had like a great strike force, you'll win 4-3, you'll win 4-2. But there's nobody can settle the ball down. The ball's pinging around the midfield 100 mile an hour all the time. Casemiro late in the game, his legs are fucking gone. He don't want to know that pace. He wants it slow the game down. Right, let's take a point. You know what? We're not at the races today. We're at Brighton. Let's take a point here. No, bang, you lose all 3. And I just feel like you're going to bring this kid in from Paris. Is he going to do anything different? I don't know. I looked at Rashford again. You know, the last week people going, oh, you can't slag Rashford off. Okay, we won't slag Rashford off if he's that precious to people. But we watch football with our eyes. He ain't doing it. He ain't doing it, people. And like you say, Garnacho, for me, when he comes on, he looks like he's got something about him. But I just think it's a mess, and I feel like you're gonna this week's gonna be panicking. McTominay, people call him. He's another one. At least when he comes on, he looks like he's trying. He saved your ass so many times last year, coming on, scoring goals at the death. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like it's a mess over there. I don't think that anything's changed. I look at Man United from last season to this season, and there's not one thing I think is different for anyone in the Premier League to worry about. It's exactly the same Man United. Just fucking put it on him, and you'll beat him.
You know what is? I think with them, I've not really been impressed with what I've seen so far, but I want to. It sounds naive, maybe, but I want to actually give him a chance. Like SAEED said, like give him the rope to hang himself with. Like he's got his players now. I actually want to see us analyze Man United with no excuse whatsoever. Because even now, with the excuses, oh, Xerxes is still not up to speed. Højlund is injured. Oh, De Ligt, he only just came into the team now. So we've not really seen him fully immerse his signings into the team. So I actually want to see them immersed in the team. And then it's
Liverpool.
Then it's conclusive. Then it's like there's literally no more. There's no more excuse for you, right? And on the Rashford point as well, you know me, I'm a big Rashford fan, but at this point, I'm actually going to go back on what I said last season. He needs to get dropped. SAEED, I owe you an apology. He needs to get dropped. Like, I'm actually going to hold my hands up and say it now. He needs to get dropped because these performances now, they are absolutely alarming. Like they are.
I'd actually keep him for the Liverpool game because it's Liverpool, isn't it? And he's backbone and bread, and he might turn up to against the Scousers. But this is what Rashford is, man. And I'm just tired. I've been telling him for time, but I've been saying it in the manner where at the start I was gunning him for him maybe a bit too personally, and I've kind of simmered down on that one and tried to look at his football ability. But bro, did you see the TikTok guy? I don't know if you see it on TikTok, but there's a guy in Brighton that was analyzing his game here, and like he's got the ball on the left hand side, and old Rashford would have just gone down the byline and just done a madness like what Vinny does. But the guy checked back in, then he made a wayward pass that was too far gone, and that's the Rashford now that he's lost explosiveness. It's not necessarily the pace, yeah. Pace is one thing, but it's getting the ball and then finding an extra yard to kind of just skip past players, and that's what Rashford has lost. His explosiveness and running power. You know, if he had that, he'd be some sort of use, but he hasn't got that running power. So you're like, he hasn't got the intelligence, he hasn't got the know-how. He can't play in a 10, he can't play in the striker role and do what maybe other strikers have done in the past where they evolve into a striker. So it's quite limited. And United decided to, in that moment, to give him a contract, but his body's like he's run to the ground now, man.
You got to move to Garnacho and Diallo now. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's the new era in terms of. I'm surprised Diallo. Listen, but
it's mad, Turkish, saying that Rashford is not part of the like. We're saying new era, like Rashford's old. Like it's mad, though, isn't it? Like we're saying like this about a young player.
You know why it's not mad to me to go back to shows around that time when they gave him the contract. Like,
no, I hear you. I agree.
The first peak he kind of went through in terms of every couple of years so far in his career he has these moments of 3-4 months where his form might indicate he's turning a corner, but the reality is look at it now, and Man United can't afford to be taking any more risk. Garnacho, at least with him, people might question the quality and the ceiling and all of that stuff. He puts in 100 and he's got quality. He is a threat, and to be honest with you, I look at Ten Hag as well because I only watched the first half, and then I had to go to the studio. But the first half, I thought Mount was actually quite good in the first half.
But there's a but. What's
the good?
There's a but. But he was the one knitting things. I thought Man United were more in control in the first half. It wasn't that sort of game that Steve was talking about until the second half. I don't think it should have been Mount coming off at half time.
He was apparently injured. Which, to be fair, Ten Hag nowadays, the word injury is a bit vague because players are actually okay, and we actually find out that players are not actually injured. But my thing is, I hear what you're saying, but the problem is, like, I'm not here to buy 60 million pressing monster, bro. Like,
bro, what does he do?
The problem is, when he gets the ball right, it's like he doesn't really have that kind of intelligence to know what to do, to play in the pockets, you know what I mean? And that's where Bruno's position is. And Bruno now had an abysmal game, got taken off, and rightly so, by the way, even regardless of McTominay is coming on. And Mount just seems to be occupying that space. Yeah, he's pressing, our winning ball back, etc. Cool. But when you get the ball, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, what are you doing when you get the ball? And that's his problem. He doesn't have that. He don't have that nous. He lacks it.
My thing with Mason Mount, whenever I've watched him play for Man United, is outside of the game where he scored, doesn't really carry a threat for Man United. When he gets on the ball, there's no threat. There's literally no threat, which makes no sense for someone who is legitimately a GNA or run player. That's what I looked at when I watched Chelsea. You score the odd goal, you get the odd assist here. Not open play assist, by the way. Have to be clear, not open play assist, because Lord knows he's not a playmaker. It was from corners. Bro. He scores a screamer with his left or with his right, and he runs. You can't, if you're not even offering that, what use is he to Man United, especially when he's playing in that position? The position he plays in, you can't just be making safe, high percentage, low threat passes. No, you have to be ruthless. You have to be incisive. You actually have to play like a midfielder, a creative midfielder.
Yes.
And when he's in that position, the same shit we said at Chelsea. This guy's not a playmaker. He's not it. He's not it. Sorry, he isn't. He's a squad player for a big six side. You can come in, fill in here, fill in there. 60 million, put him in the team. Nah,
alive, man.
Not for me.
This will be one of the biggest robberies in football, man. You know what I mean? The fact that we spoke 60 million on him. And I got the audacity of that guy smiling right there, man. Matisse. Seriously, man. It makes me sick, fam. Like, generally. He's a nice guy, but bro, how on earth?
Listen, he wears your number 7. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the Mason Mount, that I don't know what version you bought, if it was 144p, 360p, I don't know. But when we had him, player of the year, he was in 4K. So I don't know what you're doing over there. Again, it's a Man United situation where, you know, sometimes players seem to go over there. We gave you Juan Mata, you weren't grateful. We gave you Matic, you wasn't grateful. You ruined their careers. We now give you Mason Mount, our golden boy, our fan favorite, our poster boy. Liverpool were interested, and this is how you repay him. It's mad. So you know, it's mad. But listen,
he was cheeks before he left.
You see, Toby,
yeah, exactly.
You say he's cheeks for Chelsea, but if you
no, I'm specifically talking about the season. The season before he left, he was cheeks.
He had no open play assist or something like that. What did he have? Like,
there was absolutely no justification whatsoever for that fee, especially off the back of the season he served up at Chelsea.
Right. Yeah.
With a year left on his deal. Egregious deal.
We have to hustle.
Egregious deal.
The fee, I totally agree because of the contract situation. But I thought he's a good player.
He's a good player. Do you know what it is for me? Yeah,
I think they've ruined him. I think it's a graveyard over there. Asking him to look like if someone like Rashford, who's been there for X amount of years through the ranks, through the what they call it, academy and whatnot, right?
Yeah, academy.
And is dysfunctioning, right? And we're expecting someone from London to come up, had pretty much non-existent season last season, fully injured, and he's not functioning. Like, you've got to look at the coaching and the setup and the tactics. Yeah, of course, individuals have to, but which has Anthony shown? Has Sancho shown? Has Rashford shown? Which forward, which striker has shown there? So you can't attacking player, sorry, I should say. So no attacking player has really done well there. So you can't just ignore all those other bums as well, and then just pick out Mason Mount and say, yeah, he's crap as well. They're not all crap. There's got to be an element of coaching and others that you've got to blame as well. You know?
I think the overriding factor is coaching, man. You know what I'm saying? I know we'll get onto Chelsea later on, but I think for me, like, these are not
Chelsea got to do with it?
No, I'm just saying, like, coaching.
Now they want to be friends. Now they want to be mud brothers.
No, but I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I mean,
at the start of the season, Man United fans telling me, "Oh, don't chat to us anymore. Ineos is here. We don't talk to you anymore. We're bigger and better. We're on to bigger and better and badder things." And now we're saying we're going to move on Chelsea in a minute. Don't. No,
I'm saying when I describe what I see with Chelsea's forwards,
you're going to finish above them.
My thing is like
that. They say I have an agenda. I've already predicted that. They say I have an agenda, so I don't want to talk too much. Because I just want to let Man United do what Man United be doing. You know what I mean?
But my thing is, I think it's the environment. What GRIZZ is talking about there. The manager, I don't think, creates the right environment for these forwards to thrive. When you look at Man United's goals in the past three seasons,
hold on. He's just brought in Rude. Yeah, the greatest ever striker. Yeah. So what's he doing then? Is he just stood there waving to
No,
the?
he's waiting for he's waiting to take that throne. He's like,
What? What's he doing?
He's waiting for that throne, mate. He's
What?
like, yo,
What's he doing then? What's Rude doing? Don't be giving it all that rude, like you rude, and then next minute you're blaming that there's no one coaching the strikers. I thought he was there to coach the strikers. What's he doing? And get his finger out of his ass. Call Van Nistelrooy out. Van Nistelrooy ain't doing his job, mate, is it? Because your strikers are shit.
Man. When
He's
Steve
waiting
says
for that
rude,
throne,
I
man.
get scared, man. Steve, you're scary, man.
He's
You know what I'm
waiting for that throne.
No, you can't blame. Oh, he's not coaching them right. You brought in rude. Oh, that remember all that shit? Rude. Yeah, as soon as he's on the scoreboard, rude. Now it's all the air. We're not coaching them right. You listen. You're that fucking much confused over there at Old Trafford. Not one of you has got a fucking clue what's going on. That Dutch guy's taking the absolute piss, mate. He's going out to Holland and he's buying all his old Ajax team from back in the day because he's lost the dressing room and he's getting his mates in. And you're all sat there in your bedrooms going, rude, like a load of fucking madheads, yeah? Thinking that Ineos has come and it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows when it's not. It's a big pile of steaming shit and you're right in the middle of it and fucking good. That's all I'm going to say. Good, because you deserve it. Every last bit of steaming shit at Old Trafford you deserve. And I hope to fucking God it gets worse. Yeah? It gets worse.
Shit, man.
There you go. Rude on that.
Shit, man. You should have won the FA Cup, man. You should let him win the FA Cup, man.
Don't hold back, Steve.
No,
We got Omar.
Yeah,
We got Omar Brady. We got Omar. We got Jason Wilcox. We got Rude. Oh, good's it done you? Shite, mate.
Listen, man, this got the job, man. Don't worry, man. This got the job, man. Things take time, man. I'm sure City took time over there. But listen, I think for me, the main thing is these guys got to score more goals. And you've seen Man United, the lack of goal scorers in the past 2 seasons. 58, I think it is. 59, past couple of seasons, man. Like the lack of goals in this team is quite alarming, man. So that needs to sort itself out, man, sooner or later. And there's got to be a system, an identity of what we're doing, the attacking rhythm. Like there's no attacking rhythm. Like generally, when you watch United now, nobody kind of knows what they're doing in the final third, and that's something that Ten Hag has to sort out quickly, man. Genuinely quickly. So, yeah, man.
I said genuinely quickly. To be honest with you, the reality is we all know what looks to be coming this season for Ten Hag, man. Like it's not looking good for him. It's not looking good. Because the thing is, the football should be a lot better than what we're seeing. It's not even mad to lose to Brighton. Brighton are a good side, but it's what Man United are not showing that's more the problem right now, because he's been given his last chance essentially, and you'd expect, because he's been given a last chance doesn't mean the last 2 years have been erased. You've been here, you've been working with the club. This is now your 3rd season, so at the very minimum, you'd expect to see something a bit better than what you're seeing. Let me get the super chats in. Let me save the ones for other clubs onto other clubs. Blake asked early on, SAEED, let's speak on your Butcher Boy. Well out of position for Brighton's winner. Butcher Boy can't even lace Romero's boots. Sharan says, on loan, Real Madrid fan on SAEED. On loan, Real Madrid fan on SAEED's 100k show, quote, we got personality. Me thinking this dude is a 5th place away from an asylum. What are we talking about here?
I have no idea.
It's lost me.
Yeah, I'm lost, mate. But yeah, big up SAEED on 100k. Sam says, big up the man them. Actually, let me save this one, Sam, because there's an Arsenal question in there and we haven't moved on to that yet. Scroll. Nah, that one's on Tottenham. Big up everyone sending in the super chats as well. Skull never disappoints. Big up Jasuke. Big up the panel as always, every time. What a way to start SAEED's 100k era. We will be there at OT on Sunday. So will we. Big 6, watch along. Make sure you're there. Obviously, SAEED's doing his as well. But we'll be doing ours. TOBS is not available for this one, but Steve is available for this one. So Steve will be coming in for the Man City. I mean, Man United, Liverpool. Watch
Hey, that's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be mad. It's going to be mad. Stephen Ireland's grandmother, SAEED, Juve are winning 3-0 and seem to be playing better without Rabiot. Would you still sign him?
Don't know, man. The wages in it, and I don't know if he's willing to come. Right now, it's the wages more than anything. But I don't know. I think we'll just get Ugarte for me this summer. That'll be it probably.
Football or Soccer says, I'm tired of these toxic Ten Hag pagans. Like, who thinks this guy can do no wrong? We won't go anywhere with him. Wake up, people. Our fan base is cooked. Wow. G's asking Matisse, can we sell Sterling to United? Was there any truth to these Sterling Sancho rumors? And
I think there is, a little bit.
I think there is.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself until I see actual offers, but both players need a fresh start. Both players on high wages. Both players need to take wage cuts. For me, I don't think we need Sancho, but I've always liked Sancho. I just feel like it's not another necessary thing that we need to go and bring in, in terms of wide players in that mold. But listen, if he comes in for Sterling, then I'll take it, because I've seen Sancho in an environment at Dortmund where he's happy and he's a good player. So I'd rather have Sancho than Sterling. I was picking between the two right now. So, but yeah, like I said, ideally I would get Chilwell in there as well, 2 for 1. Get the wage bill completely cleaned out, and then if Sancho does his thing, he does his thing. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But everybody here is on low confidence. All these players.
Do you think this is Football Manager?
Man said 2 for 1.
Do you think
man,
this is
2
Football
for 1,
Manager?
man. 2 for 1.
You know Football
man.
Manager when you when
2 for
Sounds
1,
like
man.
Chelsea just getting a big parcel of shit and then just going over to Old Trafford and saying, "Do you want to swap this big parcel of shit for that little parcel of shit?" And then United go, "Yeah, go on then." And then you swap.
No way,
Steve,
man.
You know what it is, Steve.
We're involved.
Steve, you can't
Shit over there, man.
You can't deny last season in the Champions League, Sancho played well. So he's not.
No, you're getting the better deal. You're getting the better deal. I agree. I think Sancho coming over
that's
to
what I'm
Chelsea
saying.
for Chilwell and Sterling is fucking unbelievable. But I can't think no one at United is that stupid to do that. No one.
Yeah, they'd be stupid to take Chilwell.
Bro, if we
with
get
the nonsense that they've had to deal with Luke Shaw for the last God knows how many years, they would be stupid to take Chilwell.
This Ineos is supposed to be coming in to change this last few years of United buying a certain level of player. The Manchester United Football Club, the level of player they're at is here. Where they used to be is here. They need to go back there. If there's not a player available, you're better off getting nobody and bringing someone through the youth team and giving him a go than buying there all the time. The Amrabats of the world, these people don't work. The quick fixes to appease people. Oh, we need bodies and let's get him. They're not the answer. They're not the answer. That Ineos has got a big job to do. And at the minute, looking at United, I'm calling it as it is. It's not, nothing's changed. There's a whole lot of talk about all these players in the background and all that, and all these chief executives and all that. And I know it's going to take time, but this was the summer where you thought Ineos might come in and move the goalposts a little bit. And to me, it looks like they're just fighting in the whoopsie aisle with other bum clubs just to see what cheap boiled ham they can get off the side. You know what I mean? But it's terrible. It's terrible.
Now the Sterling one for me doesn't make sense at all, man. Like Sterling's on a decline, man. I'm not going to disrespect Sterling. I think he's had a good career, but ultimately he's on the decline. So
he's had a great career. I think sometimes we get lost in the moment because Sterling's not had a good couple of years. But make no mistake, for a English young winger who was hyped up, and we talk about Rashford, we talk about Sancho, we talk about all these wingers that are yet to even come close to what Sterling has achieved. That guy started at 16, 17 and has definitely had a fulfilling career. People might not like him personality-wise, they might not gel with him, but that brother has racked up prems. He's delivered for England in big tournaments, more so than a lot of big names. And he's had a great career. And for me, like I said, it's nothing personal with him. It's just, you can clearly see that when you start that young in your career, you are going to tail off earlier than others. Like, it's just natural. You can't, as a winger in a Premier League where Hazard got kicked the shit out of, goes to Madrid, can't even keep fit. Like, the Premier League is taxing for wingers. They get kicked, you know? So to play that long at the top level, it's good, man. It's very impressive. He definitely deserves all the credit.
I agree with that. I've been obviously his critic. Maybe because of his time at Liverpool, he wasn't loved. Steve obviously tells us he wasn't loved at City, but he played very well for Liverpool. He played very well for Man City. When you say fulfilled his career, like, you know, I absolutely agree with you, because he started so young. It's very difficult to obviously maintain that throughout your career. I think he made his appearance debut for Liverpool when he was 17, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, he's had a fantastic career. There's no getting away from that. But I don't know about any top team touching him now. Like I know Arsenal,
Yeah, he's on the way
I don't know
down.
what Turkish. I don't know what Turkish has said about him
No
thinks about
interest.
him. Yeah, I mean, I
No
personally,
interest.
no, I personally wouldn't. I personally would. If I'm a top 4 guys, maybe top 4 wouldn't touch him. Again, for Spurs, and before you go off your fucking head, like, you know what I mean? Spurs, I would take him at Spurs.
I said this.
Oh,
like,
sorry, I
a
didn't
week
hear
ago.
it. Sorry, I didn't hear it.
I said this a week ago. I'll take him for the right wages. I'll take him.
Yeah, at
Take him.
Spurs.
That's fair enough.
Out
Take him
the
better
top
than your
6.
left wingers as well, to be honest. So, yeah.
Lamin says, I've
I
heard
said,
let's
don't
go.
lose it. Innit? I said don't lose it. You lost
I
it.
didn't lose that. I was just making a statement.
You just lost it.
I didn't lose it.
Next one says Lamin, I've heard let's go gun for gun, mash for mash, but this Sterling and Sancho deal is bum for bum. Inshallah, it happens.
We've already got Felix, man, scored his goal. I wouldn't mind Sancho a little redemption arc as well.
I can't lie though, like, because I get it. Sancho's younger. People are obviously looking at what he did to Nuno Mendes in the Champions League last year, but I could easily say, look at what Sterling did to Kyle Walker in the Prem last year. The fact of the matter is, Sancho, and it pains me to say this, but Sancho gets spoken about like he's this player who he just needs the right environment and then he'll explode. He's been given chances, bro. He's been given chances and he doesn't perform. He does not perform. So him going to Chelsea, what is the guarantee that he goes there and rediscovers himself?
No guarantee. No
No,
guarantee.
there's no guarantee. But I think the
Doesn't
way that
perform.
they play, maybe it might be better suited to his kind of style or whatnot. So, and also they got options anyway. None of Madueke scored. Obviously, we're going
In terms of linking up with players,
Yeah.
I've said it before. He's a link player. He needs
Link
players
player.
that will
Facts.
do that will combine 1-2s. He's not a counter-attacking, blistering
No.
pace, explosive,
No.
and that's the way Man United have been playing for years. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's guaranteed because he's definitely not. He could easily flop at Chelsea, and I wouldn't be surprised. But at least at Chelsea, you've got other players that might be on the same wavelength that will link up with you
Yeah.
and play a style of football that might suit you. That's all I'm saying. But he's got no chance of making it at Man United. Zero chance under that manager. No chance. So at least with Chelsea, the percentage at least goes up by 1%.
Yeah, but
That's
my
better
thing is
than
this,
where it
though.
is now.
My thing is this though: the wages, the player himself, the talent. I would expect that he would want to be playing regularly, and then also it's the Premier League. In case we ain't noticed, it's the Premier League, and he's an attacker. Output is key, right? You could be combination player all you want. You play for a team like Chelsea, you need to put numbers up. You need to put numbers up, and this Jadon Sancho, he's not really done that in the Premier League. He's not done that. So
I think it's big for him, man. The motivation has to be huge. He has to now deliver at Chelsea.
Last
There's no
chance
hiding.
saloon. Last
Last chance
saloon.
saloon. Yeah.
How old is he now?
Even Dortmund, they'd take him back. I mean, he played well for them, but they didn't take him back. He come in with a lot of baggage.
They're broke.
Do you remember years ago on the Big Six when we mentioned him when he first went to United and we said he's supposed to have a bad attitude and all that, and everyone got all irate in the comments about it and that. Well, listen, if we fast forward it now, there's obviously a problem with him somewhere. He's not getting on with people. He's at a crossroads in his career. When United signed him, I'll admit now, I was genuinely thought, shit, they've signed Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho. They finished second last year. That's going to get them near. And it just went backwards. And like you say, now, if Matisse is a Chelsea fan and you know the baggage he comes with, is it worth the risk to take him and maybe he goes on and you get a great player, or do you not want that kind of player around because he's clearly not a good influence around the players?
I personally don't advocate for us bringing him in. The only reason why we'd bring him in is purely because we're getting rid of players we don't want and we need to get rid of.
You get a better deal.
It's kind of like we scratch their back, they scratch ours. If it's not that, then we don't get the players. There's no need to take the gamble. We don't need them anyway. So
yeah, I think for me,
also, how's it going to work with obviously Neto? He looks like he's going to be number one on the left. How's it going to work with Mushrik as well?
It'll be on the right.
Stop asking me about this kid. You need to stop asking me about this kid. It's none of my business how it works.
That's your business, brother. That's your winger. I will ask you about
It's not my winger. It's not my winger. It's actually most Arsenal fans' wingers.
He literally plays for your club.
He's
quite literally your winger. So he plays. He's employed by.
Do you know what? You see me, yeah. I'm so traumatized from what I've gone through in the last couple of years. I don't care. how and if he plays. I don't care how he plays, if he plays, where he plays. I just need points. Simple. Points and progress. If I get that, then anybody who has to sit on the wayside can hold that respectfully. I'll be honest. I'm not interested in, but we need to prove that we paid good money for him and he worked out. We need to prove that we didn't waste money. I'm not interested in proving nothing. It's not my signing. I didn't sanction it. I didn't advocate for it. I didn't propaganda it. So I'm not interested. As whoever's playing the best on that left wing, which I believe it will be Neto starts. And if Mudryk can't get minutes, then that's not my business. Not my business. I'll be honest.
Don't worry, we'll get into that more on the Chelsea segment. Taylor says, Ten Hag as bad as 10 Downing Street with the amount of mates that get let through the door. Ramadan Big Up says, SAEED's YouTube title after Liverpool smoked them in pre-season, quote, Liverpool were lucky. You need to be dethroned off leader of Giddy FC.
Yeah.
Got Nelly says, Steve, legend. Nice to have you back. Ten Hag is allergic to footballers, says Taron. Building a team around Bruno and Rashford is a disgrace to the pioneers of the sport. Crazy. Big up Adam saying, I've been saying United is the worst destination for players. I can only think of 2 successful signings in the past 10 years, Bruno and Ronaldo, and look at what they did to him.
I mean, can we help him here? Is there any other successful signings? I mean, maybe we're getting a bit over the top.
Help him. I'll take Ronaldo off it rather than help him.
Ronaldo.
I think maybe Bruno's the only.
No, but there's a few more, man.
Obviously, we don't want to create that debate on him because
I don't want to get into
this
discussion.
We
do this all the time.
Exactly, man. Let's move on, man.
Honestly, yeah.
Where are we?
Nearly got us roped in again. No,
bro.
Ten Hag is dead man walking, but Rude Boy Nistelrooy that guy to bring back is Rude Boy Nistelrooy that guy to bring back the glory days? Who knows?
Yeah,
who knows? Long way off that.
Go on, Steve, one more time.
Rude. Yusuf says Sterling is crap. Stop glazing. He deserves absolutely no credit for any of the trophies he's won. Sancho is 10 times the player in a bad environment.
This is the biggest.
That is actually so bad.
This is the biggest load of nonsense I've heard in a long time, bro. You do not deserve to have money, let alone send a super chat. You don't deserve to have money if you think, genuinely. You do not deserve to have money if you think
you don't deserve to have money. He has to hold that. I'll be honest.
Come in and send that rubbish. What has Sancho done in the Premier League? 10 times the player. 10 times the player.
No. Let's.
Yeah, I'm not a Sterling fan, but that's madness. I'm with.
How can you tell a professional athlete who's done what he's done that he doesn't deserve nothing that he earned?
No, he doesn't.
But then he mentioned But then he mentioned Sancho in the same sentence.
Nonsense,
bro. Mental.
Nonsense, bro.
Yeah, man.
Absolute nonsense. Sorry, that is the biggest load of rubbish I've heard in a long time. Get this off my screen, please. Honestly.
Broski, are you related to Sterling though? Like,
no, bro. Listen to what he just said. No, I have
to put an end to this.
I've listened. I read
he deserves no credit for any of the trophies he won, and Sancho is 10 times the player.
What? If Martinelli goes on to have a career like Sterling, he'd be blessed.
No, but listen, I'm not agreeing with it. I disagree with the super chat. But every time Sterling comes up, TOBS loses it. Like it's like
no, bro.
Defense lawyer.
I don't like people being disingenuous. This is nonsense, bro. Genuinely, I'm of the belief that we need to bring back. There needs to be penalties for people saying just nonsensical football takes. Like there has to be penalties. You cannot have these thoughts and not be punished. This is nonsense.
I said you can't have these thoughts.
You can't have these thoughts.
No, you're crazy.
And not be punished.
Bro, you have to be punished for this. I want him on timeout. This is crazy.
Bro wants him to be.
I'm putting bro on timeout. This is mad.
Man said I'm putting bro on timeout. I free Yusuf, man.
Look at that super chat, bro. That's a joke. Sorry.
Freedom of speech and all that. Roberto says, SAEED brother, did you block me on your channel, mate? I'll stop trolling United. Big up the panel. Big up Anthony, the GOAT. Super sub class.
I don't know, man. My mod's probably, man. So apologies.
It gets like that 100K club now. SAEED's, he's gone.
Bro, I genuinely am sorry, but I don't know, man. A lot of people message me.
Man, I didn't even see you, brother. Sorry.
Trust me, my mod
Nah,
Yes,
man, I'm
right.
sorry, man. I'll unblock you, man. I'll sort it out.
We got Roberto. That's the United super chats in, I believe. Yeah, cool. Cool. That's it. Yeah, no predictions. That's on Thursday show. Before we move on to next subject, people, which will be Arsenal's win against Aston Villa, a few things. Hit the like button. We've already passed 1,000 likes, but I want to get past 2,000 likes ASAP. Reason being, so I can ask for 3,000 likes before the show ends. So let's get to 2,000 likes real quickly, people. Hit the like button. Costs nothing. Just scroll. Hit the like button. Scroll back up. There's 8.8k in the building. So massive
Come on.
numbers. Love for the love.
Come
Make
on.
sure you subscribe to this channel first and foremost, people. The road to 100k, we've just passed 60k, so the road to 100k is still very much alive. But make sure you subscribe, people. Notification bell on, all of that, and the individual channels in the description below. Matisse is closing in on 100. SAEED just passed 100. I'm actually like 120 away from 90k. So 120 of you go over there and subscribe, and let's hit 90k on my channel today. Why not? Go show some love to GRIZZ. He's very consistent on this channel now. I love to see it.
Come
And
on.
Steve, likewise. Come on, GRIZZ. Go show some love, people. The individual channels are all there. And announcement, whilst we're all live, once I got peak audience, 8.8k in the building, I'd rather send this message out to people that actually watch the show and love the show. So if you're watching right now and you're interested, or you're watching afterwards and you're interested, there is going to be a pinned comment. The email is thebig6show@gmail.com. For editors and graphic designers. If any editors or graphic designers are out there, hit us up. And I don't mean just hit us up and say, yo, I'm an editor. Obviously bring something to the table in terms of maybe an idea, a vision, a portfolio, something along those lines. Like I said, I'd rather keep it in the community, the opportunities, before putting it out there to the wider audience. If we bring someone in the community, they know exactly what to do. You've been supporting the show. You've been making it what it is. So editors and graphic designers, hit us up, people. Email, pinned comment in the comment section below. You know our Instagram, you know our Twitter at the Big Six Show. It's all the same. So whichever format you want to use to go, not necessarily apply, but I'll call it apply. Send a message through. Show us your work. Show us your vision. Love for the love. Let's keep it moving. Oh yeah, true. The Chiesa news is quite big as well, isn't it?
We'll touch on that when we get to Liverpool.
Yeah, we'll touch on that next. We'll do Liverpool after Arsenal. But yeah, Arsenal, Aston Villa, people. We'll move on to that one. There was a super chat here from Sam. I'll start with this because it starts with United and ends with Arsenal. He says, big up to Mandem and welcome back, Big Steve. United in the mud. Turkish, where do you think we finish with a good winger signing like Nico or Lookman? Come on, you Gunners. I mean, I think that pretty much completes the transfer window, and because we've beaten Villa now, and I expect to go on and beat Brighton too. If we was to get a winger, obviously Nico's a lot more exciting than a Lookman, but I think Lookman's actually would be a decent signing as well. If I'm honest with you, I think it plugs a gap in the side. It doesn't necessarily up the conviction of the front line, but it does give us Fabrizio tweet. Are they talking about the Chiesa thing?
Yeah, Chiesa, more
Chiesa.
stuff. He's saying Chiesa is up for it. Deal is on. What he means by that is like it's active. Like I'm sure he doesn't mean it's here we go.
GRIZZ.
Yeah.
Where is he going to play?
So I don't know if you want to move on. Shall we segue or shall we just
go on? Let's do Chiesa. Go on. Let's do Chiesa.
Well, Chiesa is a weird one, isn't it? Because Edwards was a massive fan of his in 2019-20, when I thought Chiesa was, for me, one of my favorite attackers in world football. And I always used to say that if there's an eventual successor to Mohamed Salah, it's Chiesa. And then obviously he picked up those mad ACL or MCL, whatever, serious injuries. And then we know that since then he's been not quite the same player. I just checked out that his stats from last season, and he played like close to 30 games apparently last season, man, which is good going for someone that is said to be injury prone, whatever, blah blah blah. I haven't been following him for the last 12 months. I don't know what he's been like as a player since his injuries. A lot of people that I speak to that do watch a lot of Serie A say he's not that guy anymore, which is understandable with all those injuries. But for us, in our predicament right now, And as I've said to you guys, I believe our number one attacking target is Gordon. Whether we get him this summer, which is unlikely now, January or next summer, he's going to become a Liverpool player. But we also need a successor to Mohamed Salah. Now, Chiesa, apparently Juve are letting him go because they want to go for Sancho. The story is that they want that money to utilize to buy Sancho. So they're letting him go for 12 million. Now, to me, I don't know what you guys think about the situation, but to me, that's a very low risk, high reward type of deal. Like, check him out, see if he can still do it. If not, do you remember when we bought Shaqiri for 12 million?
Yeah.
Done bits, won the league with us. Bob's your uncle, scored a couple of crackers against Man United, and off he popped. So, job done. Everyone's a winner, baby. Now, if Chiesa can come in, our only alternative to Salah at the moment is to switch Diaz or play young Harvey Elliott on the right wing, and he's not really a right winger, or young Ben Doak, who's still too young. He's only 18. I think we're going to send out Doak to loan. I think we're going to persist with Harvey Elliott as to being a new number 10 in slot system. And I think it makes sense from that point of view. We've obviously going to monitor his fitness and everything else. We're not going to be just buying players willy-nilly. We don't do that, as you guys know. But I think this is a very low-risk, high-reward type of move. And it's an opportunistic move because Juve want that money. And for 10, 12 million in this day and age, guys, come on.
It's nothing.
It's nothing, right?
Yeah.
My thing is, you said he's Mo Salah's successor, but he doesn't
No. Eventually,
No.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
not
eventually
anymore.
one in there, but
Not anymore.
my thing is he mashes his best work on the left. So does that mean now, like, you put him on the right for Liverpool? That's just going to be him in rotation. I don't know. You're trying to tell me what they're going to do with him. I don't know. But in terms of a multifunctional attacker that can play across all the positions,
Played it too as well. You can play it up front as well.
He's played up front or he's played off the big man up front as well. Yeah. So I think it makes sense. As I said, 2-3 seasons ago, I would have been doing a side special on the stream, like dancing the flags and everything, because he was my dream attacker. He was my guy. As I said, obviously he's not been the same. He's not been the same since the injuries. So let's see now. I think it's a risk worth taking. But the way all the Liverpool journalists have followed suit, it's definitely got legs. So let's see what happens in the next.
It's not even a risk, that kind of money. It's not even a risk.
In this day and age. In this day and age,
he's obviously lost his way there. Injuries have took its toll. Juventus need to bring in possibly Sancho, and it's a good move. I mean, when City signed a Kanji for like 14 million, people were like, "Where's this come from?" And it's fucking been unbelievable. So Chiesa for 12, 15 million. So what? Just get him in.
If that's the price, I'll be vexed that we don't.
Definitely the price.
That would
Definitely
be
the price. 15 million euros. How much does that work out? Whatever. I don't know.
He's still talented, man. He's still talented, though, man. I think
it's well worth the risk.
It's an unforgiving league. He's lost that dynamism that he had. Like I'm sure you guys all know Chiesa in his prime was bad boy. He's not that, apparently, but he's a more technical, intelligent mover now. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if the Premier League is going to suit him. But it's as Steve and I say as well.
Jota's going to get injured, man.
It's
Jota's injury prone.
It's a worth take risk. Yeah.
It's rotation, isn't it? It's just adding options, man. To be fair, it's probably the one position that you don't probably need. You know what I mean? Because you've got so many in that position. But like you said, low risk, high reward, man. He's still got qualities, man. You know what I mean? And you could use that. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's a smart signing, man. You know what I mean? It just depends on the wages as well. Is he got high wages?
No, so apparently he's on 150k. He's on 150k, but he's willing, again, apparently he's willing to take a wage cut. So if he's willing to take a wage cut and he's willing to leave Italy, it must mean he's motivated, right, guys? And every club will say the one thing that we want in our signing is to be fucking wanting to be there and motivated to be there. So if he's willing to take a wage cut, let's say 100 grand, 90 to 100 grand, that's nothing in this day and age, man. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good deal. Talk to us about the game as well, then, since we're on Liverpool. Might as well get them in because we haven't really 2 games in now, 2 good results, 2 clean sheets. Yeah, 2 clean sheets, 2 wins. Life started well on the slot.
Yeah, it was interesting because it was a first day of slot, first home game, and it wasn't the atmosphere that kind of I thought we might get, and it's just kind of goes on to what kind of coach he's compared to. It's a culture change, isn't it? It's a complete culture change from Klopp to Slot. Like he's very, very quiet, just gets about his business. And that's exactly what Liverpool's performance was like. Liverpool's performance wasn't like blow them away, gung-ho. It was very much like, got our business done nice and early and then just walked to the second half. The last 20 minutes, we just kept the ball. We didn't let them touch the ball for the last 20 minutes. You lot didn't watch it, but we literally didn't let them touch the ball for the last 20 minutes. So many times last season, man, I was at Liverpool games biting my nails thinking, oh man, the opposition gonna score, counter-attack us, transition. So far, and it's only Ipswich, with all due respect to Ipswich, and it's Brentford, who are, of course, a much better team than Ipswich, and Brentford will give all our teams, and have given all our teams a hard time. It's the most comfortable I've seen us in a long, long time from a defensive point of view. Honest to God, I didn't feel threatened at all. And, and Bremo and Wissa are a handful for most defenses. They're a handful, man. And they got, I think the average height is about 7'4" in that team. Everyone's 6 foot plus, and wherever they were getting a free kick, even if it was in the left back position, they were just pumping it into our box. So we had to stand up, we had to match with that physicality, but we did, man, and it was comfortable. It was very comfortable win, very smooth, and he's got us playing slightly different. It's not, some Liverpool fans were making noise about, oh, boring, man, get the ball forward. They were shouting around me, get the ball forward, get the ball forward. And I was like, calm down, calm down. I was like, this is it's a culture change. I think players have to get used to it, and I think fans have to get used to it. It's no longer Klopp's Liverpool. This is Slot's Liverpool, and he's all into that Dutch total football type thing. We were told that he's more of a Pep student than a Klopp student, and it's very apparent. It's very apparent. He just wants to keep the ball everywhere, and like how sometimes you watch Man City and they refuse to counter. They'll just turn back and keep the ball and make sure the shape's right. Slow, fast. That's what we done. First half, controlled it. Second half, for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we played some sublime football. And some of the goals that we should have scored and could have scored were like proper moves, like 20, 30 pass moves. So it bodes well. 2 clean sheets, 2-2 wins. Bigger tests to come. Of course, the big one this weekend against our fiercest rivals. It's not, and how many times do we say it's not from a quality point of view, but it's from a mental point of view. This game brings out the best in whoever the underdog is at the time. So when we were crap and they were good, it used to bring the best out of us. Now we're good, they're crap, it brings out the best in them. So it's one of those ones where you can't call, but I'm confident, and it will turn, if we get 3 points against Man United, it will turn a solid start into an excellent start. And that's what you can ask for a new coach, for a new guy. As I said, not many people expecting us to rival City this year. But let's see how we go. Slowly and surely, we're doing all right. He's getting an understanding of his team. So, yeah, that's about it.
Straight business, yeah?
Straight business, my brother. Apparently, you were triggered by that on Twitter.
No triggered. I was just didn't understand why you were hyping up your manager.
I hope I explained it in my monologue just now. If you want me to elaborate, then no problem. Ask away.
No,
I hope I explained it. Straight business.
Think you did,
what I meant by that is he's not animated, and that's fine. Not every coach is animated. He's not animated, and it doesn't suit him. And what I meant was Liverpool fans were the reason for that tweet is because you got to remember most of my subscribers are Liverpool fans, Toby. Yeah, so I was addressing the Liverpool fans like this is straight business for him. He's not emotional, and sometimes it's a good thing, if you just concentrate on the business in hand. That's what I meant.
Was the people still stood on the cop at the end for 20 minutes waiting for him to come back out for a fist pump?
No, you know what? They didn't. I swear to you, they didn't. They've worked it out very quickly. He just gave them a little wave, and that was it. He's hopped off back into them. They realized, oh shit, this man ain't fist pumping shit. You know what I mean? So fair enough. Look, it's gonna be a change, man. You guys everyone's gonna go through this change. When you're used to a great iconic manager, Wenger, Fergie, Pep when he finally leaves, it's going to be different, and it takes a bit of time to get used to.
Yeah, it was a controlled performance, man. Listen, Brentford didn't do anything really. Let's be honest. We played some good football second half. I think the little give and go, Salah and whatnot. But
well, we were talking about just earlier on, man, guys. Look, what did Matisse say, brother Matisse, say earlier on? That this is unforgiving league for wingers. They get booed from pillar to post, and no one. I keep telling you, no one gets booted more than Mohamed Salah. I told you guys they had 4 centre backs, 6'4", playing across the back 4. All of them were just big oafs. And they try to bully him, and it amuses me every time someone tries to bully Mohamed Salah, because Mohamed Salah is only 5'9", 5'8", and every defender tries to just manhandle him and just think they're going to just throw him off. And when they realize, yo, the strength of this little man, the body strength, and they have to end up fouling him. He's a unique winger, man, and he's proven so. Longevity, year after year. Foul. We talked about so many wingers and injury, and we just said it that it's not hard, it's not easy to play in the wing. But yet sometimes we forget that this guy's doing it for the 7th season in a row now. This is quite mad.
You know, I wanted to give Luis Diaz his props for that finish, by the way. Fantastic finish on his weaker foot as well. Like, he literally wrapped that top bins. I did watch the majority of the game. It looked like just Liverpool just chipping away, keeping things ticking for the most part. You could have scored more. You probably should have scored more. I just didn't really get why Brentford, because the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game was really puzzling for me, because it felt like Brentford were the home side going at you, committing so many bodies forward. I'm like, you're at Anfield. There's literally 2... Bro, the first goal was a joke, by the way. Like, really, really wicked counter-attack from Liverpool. Like, they can do that. That was like a proper like Jurgen Klopp style goal, but I just couldn't for the life of me understand why Brentford committed so many men forward for that set piece within like the first 4 or 5 minutes. It just didn't make any sense to me. But yeah, like you said, straight business for Liverpool. Routine victory. I thought you did quite well to snuff out, like you said, Brentford's threats. Like, we've seen Liverpool be Brentford. We've seen Liverpool be Brentford, and like, even games at Anfield, you can see sometimes it's quite like alarming. Some of the moments.
How many chances we give up? Yeah. How many chances we give up? I'm telling you,
was handled yesterday. Whistle did, like, it was good. It was.
Shout out Konate, who's been under pressure. Konate's been getting a bit of criticism, and Kwanzaa stepped in, but Konate was just back to his absolute best, man. And it was smooth, man. It wasn't spectacular, and people are gonna, you know what fans are like, of fan bases. Of clubs, sorry. When they're so used to something, they just want to see all that time again. But he's just a total different coach. We did, even though our first goal was on transition, it could have been a Jurgen Klopp type team goal. But every time we got the
situation with Trent, Grizz, because he didn't look happy there. But are the media just making a mountain out of a molehill? I know you think he's going to sign a deal, but looking at the body language, he looked like he'd seen his ass, and Slot had to jump on the back there and have a chat with him and that. Do we know what that was about or what?
Yeah, of course it was. It was exactly what it looked like. He was unhappy about. There was no if somebody. I'm not going to suddenly say, "Oh, no, it was about an injury," or he was. No, he was upset. He was pissed off. Even before he was substituted, he was doing his laces for about a good 20 seconds, which I found a bit disrespectful. I was like, he knows he's coming off. So, you know, when they start doing their laces, like extended, carry on doing it. And I was like, Trent, it's not a good look. It wasn't a good look. I'm not going to say
it's not a good look.
It's not a good look, especially for a vice captain, local boy, new manager. You're possibly going to create a headline for no reason for a new manager. You're undermining him, some would say.
But do you think that Slot is also playing the game? Because he's taken him off both games so far, right? Do you think that's like him saying, like, if you're not signing, then we're going to have to prepare Bradley for this? So
Shrewd. And Liverpool fans might not like to hear that, right? And you guys know me. I'm always team manager. I've said it for Arteta. I've said it for Maresca recently. And I used to say it for Man United fans. Remember, I used to always argue with you, Saeed, about I don't give a shit who the player is. I'm always the team manager, because if you're going to instill that manager with the responsibility, he has to have full authority. So look, you guys know what I think about Trent. Trent's a magician on the ball, absolute magician. It's a joy to watch him play live. Like I told you, only Kevin De Bruyne is on that level of passing. But you know, I mean, attitude-wise, He's got to fix up a little bit. It's not a good look. Afterwards, he came out and he tweeted and he smiled and he said, "Great win, love the fan, blah blah blah." You know, he realized.
I told you, you're cheeky.
He realized, you know, what I mean, he done what he had to do. But yeah, and I firmly believe he's signing. You know, you can
Next
2 weeks.
2
weeks. 2 weeks. 2
You
weeks.
can clip that one up as well. No, I didn't say 2 weeks, man. Stop, man. What do you mean 2 weeks, man?
Did you not
I
say
don't know
2
what
weeks?
it-
Did he? What did he
You
say?
can clip
Guys?
that one up as well. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, it wasn't a good look. I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm old school. I'm not a fan of that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Fair enough.
You should probably let our Spanish viewers know how Trent's temperament can be managed with. So obviously, when he goes to Real Madrid, they can treat him accordingly. So
It's okay.
yeah.
Real Madrid will humble him in terms of his attitude. There will be
Yeah.
not
Maybe them white flags.
Hala
man.
Madrid, yeah. I've been
Maybe them white flags.
yeah. I've been seeing your tweets, Matisse Armani. Don't worry, I will be there.
Me?
Yeah, Hala
Me?
Madrid. Yeah, you've been every Trent related tweet. He's been saying Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid.
What?
I got
What?
you. I got you.
What?
He's got his eyes on you, man. He's got his eyes on you, man.
I've just been thinking of that diagonal
Aye.
switch to Vinny and Mbappe for the longest, and I just want to see
Boy.
it come true.
That
Boy.
would be crazy, man.
You know, it would be even madder if Real Madrid did a double. They did a double dip and they just grabbed Van Dijk there as well. Imagine.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
Van Dijk next to Rudiger would be unbelievable.
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
Little.
Yeah,
And they could do with a left footer as well, just to give Endrick some more time. You know, Salah. We love it.
Bro,
It's very
they snap-
right foot heavy in that team. I think
Bro.
a left footed winger.
Could do with McAllister at the minute as well.
Bro.
Didn't you?
Nah,
Bro.
let them keep that one. You know what I mean? Let's not take everything.
It's
from them,
good.
you
It's
know?
good,
how
that,
many
it's
did
good that Real Madrid are all being linked with all this, and you're mentioning great players. Like anyone from your clubs, Real Madrid interested?
yeah, there is actually, mate. So
Yeah.
No, I didn't ask you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
putting
right.
these two
Oh,
on the
sorry,
list.
sorry.
For me,
United-
yes, there is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
any
some
noise? Any
distance.
noise?
There
No,
is,
no,
there is,
no.
there is.
All my
Want
players
any
are rubbish.
Chelsea or
They don't need
United
none of
player?
my players. Yeah,
No, pin
Nah.
silence. Drop.
yeah.
Pin silence.
I literally just said there was noise for player.
For what?
For who?
Yes, there was noise. They were linked to
facilitate
Romero.
Ala
What are you
Madrid.
talking about?
I'm talking
Real
about
Madrid.
United and Chelsea, but if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
they
to
were,
involved,
yeah.
I'm talking about
They
United
were.
and Chelsea. These two in the
Real
corner.
Madrid Castilla.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, no problem.
Real
If
Madrid
you want to get
Castilla.
involved, I can give you some as well.
Castilla, that's mad.
Romero,
Yeah.
you know. Saeed, what are you saying? Romero.
Oh, well, you went to get your little bro to back your beef.
Yeah. Someone said in the chat, Real Madrid Castilla, they said in the chat. Real Madrid Castilla, they said.
You're having a laugh though about Romero, bro. About Real Madrid.
He was linked. What do you mean?
Who told you? Is this
Yeah,
another?
Lenny Euro,
Alistair-
bro. We got Lenny
Is
Euro.
this another
Bro,
Alistair
Google
Campbell
it.
or what?
Bro, Google
Alistair
it.
Campbell.
Why would I lie
It's
about
another Alistair
Alistair
Campbell.
Campbell.
Bro. Stop listening
Why
to
would I
that
lie
guy,
about
bro.
Also,
Yo.
Stop, you need to stop
Speaking
reading
of
that
this
indie
stuff.
Cali page, whatever it's called, mate. It's not true, that, mate. Some kid in his bedroom.
Speaking of this Alistair Campbell stuff, yeah.
Get the
What is it
Euro
with
chat.
you Arsenal fans and not paying your bets? I just remembered Robbie still owes me P, and you owe me P as well. You lot are rats, bro. Like you lot
Are
don't.
you
pay your bets.
absolutely insane?
You're
Don't ever
rats,
go.
bro.
We're
You're
talking about
actually-
Romero.
You're
I owe
rats,
you
bro.
P. How do I owe you money?
Bro, I ain't gonna get into this, bro. We ain't gonna get into this today.
Don't
You-
bring it up
if
if you're not gonna get
if
into
you
it.
didn't owe me P, why have you got that cheeky grin as wide as a Cheshire cat?
Because I'm confused by you bringing up Robbie and
You're
bets and
confused.
bringing me when I'm
You're
just
fucking
talking about
confused.
Romero
Alright,
to
cool,
Real
no
Madrid.
problem.
Who said
problem.
it? Who said
No
it?
problem. No problem. Okay.
But Real don't want Romero, bro. That's what I'm telling
All
you.
right, cool. No problem. I'm glad. I hope they don't want him. Cool.
They wanted Euro though, didn't they? So yeah.
Oh, you need a good spanking.
Aye, we have to end it on that. We have to end it on that.
Liverpool, man. I'm telling you, Liverpool.
Ah,
need
let
to
me
do
get the
something.
Liverpool super chat. Hey, Saeed's timing is elite.
Yeah, come on.
Mando says, all I heard this summer was that Liverpool would struggle starting game week 1. Now everyone wants to downplay our opponents. The switch up is crazy. I ain't really heard no one downplaying it, but GRIZZ or Uncle GRIZZ. Rishab's asking, do we have enough room for Chiesa to train? 7 attackers now.
Are you
We've got
including
five
Dot?
as far, we got
Dot?
5 as far as I know when we play 3 up front. So
What,
I don't
5.
know
So what? Salah, Nunes, Gakpo, Diaz, Jota.
that's
It would be
it.
Chiesa. And then
That's it.
what about Doak, the
I
young
I
winger
did-
everybody keeps talking about at Liverpool?
Well,
I
you
mean,
didn't
he's
listen to
won.
my monologue. You didn't concentrate. You didn't listen.
He's not ready
you up
yet.
for this? Shall I slap him up for this, boys? And, I mean,
Said-
I
you
told you,
mentioned
Doak's
them.
going out on loan. Doak's going out on loan.
Has he gone out on loan?
He's going out on loan.
He's going. Okay, so on the graphic with Sky Sports, Doak
So
will be there.
Chiesa, so
He
Chiesa
will
isn't
be there.
here. So
He will be
Chiesa
there.
isn't here. So Chiesa isn't here.
He will
either.
be there
When
because he's
Chiesa
not out
comes,
on
Doak
loan
will be
yet.
gone.
So until he leaves, he will be there. He will be there.
Shut up, man. Is
Because
Rishab
when we
your burner account?
mention
Is
our players
Rishab your
go out on
burner
loan,
account?
not interested. He will be there.
Rishab, are you Matisse Amwani in disguise, brother?
He will be there. I want to see
Don't
Doak.
scare us. But we got. He's trying to do the Chelsea vibe with me, innit? Like, have you got enough room
Elliot
to
plays
train?
right wing as well.
Brother, we got 22-man squad. You got 64. We are
Elliot
not
plays,
the same.
Elliot
We are
plays out on the
fucking
wing
not
as
the
well.
same.
And Dan,
We are not the same.
We got 24-man squad. They got 64. We got hella space, man.
Man said 64.
Big up Hamza as well. I hope you're good, my bro. Did you guys see how seriously and focused Slot went down the tunnel? Liverpool mean business this season. Scary
Calm
settings.
down, innit? Calm down. I don't know
United
if you're a
should be
Liverpool fan.
terrified.
You know what I mean? Calm down, innit, brother?
Wait till next week, man. Wait till next week.
Straight
Tunnel
business.
vibes, man. Tunnel vibes. I've never known a football club that gets like you can go down a tunnel in a certain way. Do you know what I mean? See the way you walk down the tunnel, that means they're going to win a league.
Straight
When
business.
you walk down
Oh
the
my
tunnel,
God.
that means they're not going to win. It's all madness, mate. It's madness, man. Did you
Have
see
you
the
seen-
sprinklers at the Etihad? You see the sprinklers at the Etihad, mate? They squirted in a certain direction. That means we're going to win the 5 on a row. You know what I mean? Did you see the piss running down the stairs at Old Trafford? It ran down the same direction as last year. That means we're going to go 8. Weird, man. It's all about football, man. I'm walking down the tunnel.
It ran down the same direction.
But Arsenal
as
song,
last
man. You see
year.
the way they sang Arsenal Forever and that, you know what I'm saying? What about that one, man? What about that one, Steve?
They hate me for that. You know what I mean? They hate me for that. But
Sing that song, sing that song, sing it.
I'll sing that at the end of the
Why
season.
do you
innit?
want him to sing Arsenal for? Why do you
Bro,
want
it's
a Man
so
City
funny.
fan to sing Arsenal forever?
Yeah.
Like, what's
That
your problem?
TikTok is hilarious, man. That Steve TikTok. Honestly, I was dying
Don't
that
worry,
day.
we face each other in a few weeks. Let's see. He might have the opportunity to sing it. We'll see. We'll be there. David says Diaz, Gakpo, Doak, Elliot. Oh, forgot about Elliot. Nunes, Jota, Salah, but Elliot midfield as well. Where's Chiesa going to get changed?
For Salah, Grizz
You know,
mentioned already.
you know, sometimes I give nasty answers in it, and it's like
Grizz already
He
mentioned.
wasn't being nasty.
okay, come here, no, I know, but sometimes I lose it.
It's all right. It's
Chelsea fans, innit?
H says Liverpool addressing another unneeded position rather than what we actually needed. Big up, man. Them.
No, I think a rotational for Mohamed Salah is needed. I get it. It's not in the. I guess it's third actually. I say DM centre back, and then Salah understudy. So I do think it's needed, guys and girls.
Ramadan's not asking, but he's saying, Grizz, how you going from a DM to a winger? That screams scattergun approach.
I just explained it,
Love United, hate the ops. Big up. Funny how the narratives change for different teams. If United were in for Chiesa, I would hear, quote, how the mighty have fallen. But for Liverpool, good deal.
We just broke it down. Anyway, if United were in for him, the asking fee would be 12 million. They'd give 22 million. His wages would be 150k. They would give him 350k. There's a massive difference. Massive.
Spread it out over 5 years. That 12 million will be spread out over 5 years.
Massive. We are not
The
the
old
same. I'll
regime.
repeat. There's a massive difference.
The old regime.
Wow.
Cool. Let's keep it moving. Done the super chats on that. A reminder, people, we're looking for editors and graphic designers. Hit us up via email, thebig6show@gmail.com. That's the big 6, you know how to spell 6ix show@gmail.com. And like I said before, don't just say yo, hit us up with a portfolio, some sort of vision, some sort of idea, some sort of plan potentially. No real rush behind it, you know. We will look over it in the next few days to week and so. But yeah, if you're if you're watching, you're a fan of the show. So if you're a fan of the show with that particular talent, editing or graphic designing, and you know the kind of style the big 6 go for, make sure you hit us up, people. Opportunities round the corner. Hit the like button as well, because record numbers for this season already 9.2k in the building. Let's get the likes up, let's get the subscriptions up, and let's let's show some love all around. Why not, people? Make sure you subscribe, put the notification bell on. Moving on, Arsenal. Biggest game of the weekend. Obviously all big six sides playing, other sides no big six clash, but this one was a big one, probably the biggest game of the season, because as much as Chelsea City was a big six clash, Arsenal Aston Villa had a bit more behind it, considering Aston Villa are probably the biggest chunk of the reason why we didn't win the league last year, but got the job done. Scary moments, but you know, equally we could say, oh, if Aston Villa finished their chances, it could have been a different game. But likewise for last season, both home and away, if Arsenal finished their chances in the first half of both games, we wouldn't have lost either. Sometimes that's the way the cookie's got to crumble, and this time it crumbled in our favor. No real difference in you know, lineup. Obviously Timber comes in, Timber did a great job overall, did a great job. I think he faded, but what he's going to bring us is mad. Like I'm interested to see how he plays it, Arteta, because Calafiori I thought would have featured at left back, but now I'm not too sure. With Kivior on the way out as well, maybe he's there to challenge Gabriel, and Gabriel had a couple shaky moments in that game. He's the reason for that Watkins chance. But aside from that, I mean, Saliba was cold. All round, we got the job done. Trossard had to come on and change the game, though. That's where my frustration lies. People think I'll be negative about the game. Listen, beating Aston Villa away from home, 3 points is, listen, hands up, great result, and complete turnaround on last year. But the fact we had to, you know, Trossard had to come on, and then we really opened things up and really got at Villa. That shows that we need someone, and Arteta's said we need someone in that attack. So hopefully we get that over the next few days. But yeah, Trossard, that celebration as well. Listen, I'm a Martinelli fan, but Trossard needs to start next game. Martinelli with another, I'll call it a stinker, another stinker. Not
Too many
enough.
stinkers lately, man. I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't started the season well.
Well, last season he wasn't all that.
What about that save,
Yeah,
man?
yeah.
That save from Raya as well. The save.
Yeah, I was going to get onto that. The save from Raya
Was it a good save or was it a bad?
No, it was a good save.
I don't know.
The way he
Both.
got back up,
It's good.
man.
It's
Yeah.
both.
It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. But
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both.
Just to be burying that, man. But Raya was quality, though. Raya was quality.
I think Watkins did have a
game.
stinker. Watkins had a stinker game.
Bro.
Like those chances were. Come on, man.
I think
But
the
you know
first
what?
one was crazy.
Aston Villa kind of set up a bit more defensive than I would have thought. Though.
Yeah,
and that's
I
that's
agree.
kind of on them because
They
you
did.
know, like they was a home team. They beat us twice last year. Emery's better than Arteta apparently, so surely you go and attack and you get, you know, you do your thing. But listen, big up Rodgers though, because Rodgers was. You know, if they did get a point, if they did win the game, Rodgers would have been man of the match.
Certain man were eating grass. Certain man were eating grass.
Yeah, they
He was
struggled.
dribbling through like with ease, bro.
Quality.
We struggled, but
He
listen,
deserved to lose.
I think last week I said Trossard's the best 12th man in the league, and he proved it again.
Yeah,
like he's
You know what
he's
you're getting
too,
with
too
Trossard,
cold
man?
with it.
He's a gunman. He's
Too
a
cold
ghost
with
boy.
it, man. He's too cold. It's just that when he starts, it's different. Like I said, he's quality
Yeah.
12th man, but I wouldn't want to start him for 30, 35 games in a season. Sometimes you need those guys that come off the bench 15, 20 games, and then they, you know, have their impact like that. So I don't want to lose that from him. With Martinelli, obviously, I want to find out this season whether he is going to elevate, he is going to kick on, not just from last season. I'm more looking for him to kick on from 2 seasons ago where his numbers were up. Last season, we look at it as a blip, but that can't mean the bar's gone down. The bar was set 2 years ago, and we're looking to improve on that bar, like Saka has done in the last couple. So with Merino coming in, left-sided 8, with Timber potentially locking down that left-back spot, I want to see what he does against Brighton, Arteta. Does he start Timber again? If he does, then Timber's 30 our left-back, and it's his to lose.
Defo.
I could also see him switching it up a little. I'm not sure.
Was Zinchenko?
Well,
Was
against Brighton,
Calafiori or someone?
it could be a Calafiori. I mean, it also depends on Timber's return as well. Knee injury, let's not forget that. And yeah, even though he
Can't
started
be
well
Zinchenko.
in his
Can't be
return,
Zinchenko.
Was Zinchenko going midfield now or not?
No, man. He ain't got no space in midfield for him.
he drifts in like normal, like, you know, the whole inverting stuff, but he doesn't start there for us. He doesn't start there for us. Listen, don't get it twisted. Zinni brings something, and there was a time in that Aston Villa game where I was like, I wouldn't mind Zinni at this moment in time because we was kind of stale. We wasn't transitioning quick. We didn't have that. Partey was quite poor overall in the midfield. But like I said, him and Rice lost that battle against Rodgers. I was missing Zinni's passing between the lines, because Timber Moore runs with the ball between the lines. But like I said, he faded. So Zinni's got something to add. Like, he added to Man City's title winning sides. It's just how you use him and the game you use him in. Credit to Arteta, because this wasn't the game to use him in. I think Leon Bailey against Zinni, Leon Bailey's getting space.
Right.
Big up Steph. He represented Aston Villa on Big Six Extra. He mentioned it on the fan cam he did with AFTV. He said, "Oh, Timber mad. The pace, him getting back from midfield. Bailey was locked up. Like, that's a big refreshing difference that we've got a left back now that can attack but equally come back and do his job defensively. But that doesn't mean Zinni might not play a role. Start against Brighton though, with the wingers they have and the way they've started the season, probably a bit risky. Giving Calafiori a debut might be a bit risky as well, but I think defensively overall as a unit, Arsenal are solid now. Like, it's you can move about little pieces, and we're
Best in Europe. Best in Europe.
What, as in unit? What do you mean?
Defensively.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's early days in the league, but yeah, we've started pretty well. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, Trossard, Raya deserve credit. Saliba, Rolls Royce again, performance again. Ben White. I love Ben White. I can't even lie to you lot, man. I've been giving him credit for a little while, but that shithouse moment, you man know, that's the back in my day moment. Like, yeah,
Bro, that was funny, man.
Bro, straight to McGinn's chest as well, like a bullet straight to the chest. I love that stuff, man. You can't be trying to move to our guys. But yeah, aside from that, everyone else.
Yeah, tough place to go, man. You got the win.
Worked hard. I mean? Yeah.
Tough
Saka, tough game for the attack. Havertz had a poor game. Yeah, Trossard, the difference maker, and Raya kept us in it. They're the main two with the flowers from that one. But massive 3 points though. Massive 3 points.
Huge.
Massive.
Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Very big.
I think these are in early games like this in part of the season. You don't give a shit about the performance. It's all about before the international break, rack up those points. Aston Villa away, we already know they messed you up last season. In effect, cost you the title, both games, right?
You could put 0 out of 6 points, no goals scored. Like, yeah.
So you already won up. You're already on aggregate. You already won up from last season, and that's what you got to do when you're chasing Man City. You just got to try to improve your own results every single fucking game. And don't think about them because they'll get into your head. And I thought Arsenal were lucky. I thought Villa were good. Sometimes you just ride the storm and deal with the matter. And that's what they've done.
Yeah, I don't think you have to come out of Villa looking brilliant. Like, Villa's not the place to go to go there and blitz anyone. Like, they're a proper team at home. They're going to be a problem for everyone. So just to go there and get 3 points and leave, especially when I think Arsenal have got Tottenham, City coming up. They got tough games, so you don't want to start a bad run away from home. So just getting a clean sheet, even though it was very fortunate to get the clean sheet again, that's a big positive. So yeah, massive results. I'm very impressed with Saka. I think Saka needs because Saka, we talk about players having motivation to go again and not having any competition to push them. This guy has not had any competition for years. Fabio Vieira's just left now. That's another player that could have maybe gone over there. He's had no break. People making their jokes about the limping and whatnot, but this kid has just been non-stop for years, and he's not dropped off at all for a long period of time. Like, he might have had a bad game here and there, but the kid is going into this season again in good form. So yeah, he needs a lot of credit, man. Because if Arsenal don't have him at their best, if he's not at his best, that's a completely different Arsenal title run. That's a whole different ball game. He's big for them.
Yeah, massive. His efficiency in terms of output in that final third, head and shoulders above anyone. So that's where I worry a little bit, and that's where a lot of the worry with like-minded Arsenal fans comes from. Is we are light. I mean, I think someone asked it earlier. Maybe it was on my stream with Curtis. An injury to Saka, an injury to Odegaard, an injury to Saliba. Like, there's certain positions that you look at and think, the drop off, if they was to miss 5 to 7 games, when you compete with City and 2 games can cost you the whole 38 and the league title, it just leaves me a bit. But listen, Arteta, I said last week, I don't put this transfer window down to Arteta in terms of how slow we've been and how little we've improved in the attacking department. But he said surprise. He said it will lie. He said everything that needs to be said to get someone in the next 4 days. If we don't, I don't look at him for it. It's obviously people above. But listen, like I said, Nico would be the dream at this moment in time. Not to say Nico's established, certified baller yet. He's still growing. Nico would be the dream in terms of a nice attacking signing. I wouldn't mind Lookman. I know Lookman, the bets were suspended. They're back on favorite.
What's going on with that? I thought he was going PSG. What's happening with that?
Yeah, it's still PSG. I don't know what happened with the Arsenal thing, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, there's options out there. I mean, Gyökeres is still, I don't know if that's still an option. I don't know if that's possible.
I think you make a move for him in the last week.
Who, Gyökeres?
I think you make a last week move for him.
So this week then?
Yeah, this week's the last week, yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
I don't know, man. How much? I don't hear AEMs. That's
I can't see that.
Nah,
I can't see that.
It's decided you got to make it the start of summer, man.
I think you go in for a wide forward or wing or one of these types. Like I seen you guys been linked to Adingra. I think he'd be a good signing for Arsenal.
Yes.
I think he'd be a good signing for Arsenal. He's versatile. He's got the technical quality, the dribbling, etc. And he's young. He's at that age where he can slot into the team and he won't complain at not being picked week in, week out. But if you throw him into the team, I think he can perform. So I think Nico Williams would be a good signing for you as well. But again, I think he'll cost.
Nico Williams ain't having. Nico Williams
cost a lot of bread.
He just got a new shirt and
forget that one.
I think Lookman would be a good signing for you as well. But I think with Lookman, it's a P thing as well, because I don't know how much Atalanta want, but I can't imagine they'd be selling him for cheap. So
does anybody else just feel like Joao Pedro is just one move away from just being that guy? I really like him.
Yeah. He needs this season at Brighton though. I think he done well to stay there. Oh, if there was no interest. He needs this season, then we can talk, I think.
I like him
because he's quite cold for a young guy as well in front of he's got something about
and Eddie looks like he's going as well.
He's good. I think he needs consistency, Joao Pedro, but he's good.
Yeah,
quality. Joao Pedro's quality.
Yeah, I like him.
Crystal Palace, SAEED. Yeah,
Eddie, man. Bro, he needs to go and play some games, man. That brother there, too focused on the P's, man. Like, yo, go play your money, man.
Can you blame him? He knows he's not probably not going to get this wage again. So
he will not be getting this wage again. That's for facts,
bro.
That's for sure.
25.
Yeah, I mean,
done well there. 25 plus 5. That's decent, man.
Yeah, that's actually very well done. But let's reinvest it now because it's not us that get the money. So
yeah, exactly.
All that.
Why did you tell me to F off the other day as well? Why don't you contribute?
What'd you say? I
said Ivan Toney's still about.
Bro,
I don't think worst case. I'd take him, Steve. Worst case, but
a lot of people, my mate's United fan. He said to me, "I'd take him at United."
Yeah, of course.
But I don't know what the problem is. It just seems weird. You know, it doesn't seem like anyone's just. He's there. The money's.
Why is he not in the Brentford team though? Why can he not be in the Brentford team?
The manager said some things are happening for him, but I mean,
from Saudi.
I don't know why someone not taking a punt on him. You know what I mean? If Arsenal got him, and I'd be thinking that adds something different totally to Arsenal, and I think that's another level. That's not a like for like. That's like a mad option. If you can see Arsenal going late in the game and bringing on a Tony and just causing havoc. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know where he's going to end up. It'd be a shame if he ended up in Saudi Arabia, to be honest. I'd rather keep him in the Premier League. But
Steve,
Saudi Arabia, you can't bet over there.
Let's put Tony to the side for a second. And even Osherman at 55 mil, like surely that's enough for punt. Surely.
I don't think he suits you.
It's not about it's yeah, I get that. But we do need to have another dimension as well. We need to have that plan B type of thing. It can't just
agree.
You know, I don't know. Maybe Pep's shown that it can just be done that one way, but I feel like we need that because some games last season we were struggling to change it up because our personnel's not too like for like. The quality drop off is mad, but the request, the demand for them is like for like. Whereas Osherman gives you something different. I think Tony, yes, can cause madness off the bench, can start games and win games, but I also think I could see Tony coming on for a Havertz and we play the same style of football, same way, you know, we're knocking on the door in the same manner and nothing really changes in terms of more chance creation. Whereas Osherman might be 55 million. Is it worth the risk? And I'm not saying he's the only one. I don't know how much Gyökeres might be. I don't know how much Lookman might be. I don't know how much Nico Williams. If there's a chance, just get someone. That's how I see it. Just get someone in.
You will. You definitely will get someone.
Yeah, it's looking.
Yeah,
like
I can see someone. I can see someone getting signed. Just don't know who.
4 days, man. 4 days.
4 days. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's going to be doing their deadline day stuff as well. All right, let me get some super chats in. Lamin here saying Trossi Yayo came off the bench and said 1 shot, 1 kill. What's the deal? Real gunner that. Martinelli's got 36 games before it's time for Arabic on Duolingo. Let me not speak too
Wow.
much. Man said he's
So
got.
wow.
That's
So they've gone
crazy.
from wouldn't swap him with Mbappe to learning Arabic on
What?
Duolingo. Wow.
Don't,
What?
don't
When? What?
Yeah,
said
no one,
Dave.
no one on this
Dave.
show said that. So don't.
Yeah, I
bring
did
that
say
up.
I
it
was
on
gonna
this
say.
show. I
Did
said
you
Dave
bring that
Raya.
weekend roundup when you was on it earlier? Did you bring it up?
I did bring it up. I
Okay,
did
good,
bring it up.
good. Yeah, yeah. That's keep that over there, man. That's
Bro,
nice.
see.
I'm just saying, bro.
Martinelli, man, is yeah.
The MSN, but someone here brought up the MSN shouts as well.
Yeah, bro. How many times do you want me to kill myself for that? How many times, bro? How many times, bro?
There will never be
you
enough
know,
times. There
you
will
lot
never
don't-
be
you
enough
lot-
times.
I didn't
People make
say what you
mistakes in it,
think I
Turkish,
said.
innit? People make mistakes, Turkish, innit, man?
Saeed, please, please.
Bro, people make mistakes, man. It's okay.
Got him. Yes. Someone
Yeah.
entertained.
We make mistakes, bro. We make mistakes.
On that note, Idris says, "Hey, Turkish. Tob said he likes Turkish sausages. Chat to him, please."
Oh my god,
Bro, AGT said he liked sucuk, and I said, yeah, then it's nice. I like Turkish sausage, and that was what it was like. Oh, pause. I said, what? It's Turkish sausage. What the hell?
Aye.
Skull, do we have enough? Do we have
Bro,
enough?
you know, I don't care about
say
this
it
shit.
2 more times in a sentence.
I'm not
bro.
saying it again, but I don't care about this shit. I don't
Aye.
care about this pause culture, bro. It's clear what I said. It's clear.
It's clear what I said.
Man's double downing on the Turkish sausage.
That used to be, listen, that used to be the password. The oyster bar used to knock on the door and go, "I like Turkish sausage," and he let you in. So that's where he got that one from.
Yeah. Whatever.
He said the password
Whatever.
for the blue oyster bar, you know.
This blue oyster bar, man. honestly.
Now we know Toby's password for everything.
Good job. Big up AJ said, time and time again, Edu and Arteta have proved me wrong. I trust them to deliver the surprise. There are attackers out there like we can get this week. Fingers crossed, my bro. Fingers crossed. Big up the community that is going off in the chat. Hit the like button. Let's pass 2,000 if we have. Oh, we passed 2. Let's get to 3,000 likes. There's 9.4k in the building. Why not? Make sure you're subscribed. Do all of that stuff. And like I said, my channel's less than 100 away from 90k now. I'm 90 away from 90k. So subscribe to my channel, people. Let's hit 90k before the show ends. Arsenal done. Liverpool done. And Man United done. You know what? Matisse, it's been a while. Isn't it?
Give them, man.
Matisse, it's been a while.
Am I meant to feel honored or something? Because I'm fourth.
I pushed you up the list, bro. I was thinking Haaland's hat trick. I was thinking.
Take it while you can, man. Come on, man. Take it while you can.
You lot think you did something. When I'm first, you know what I mean? Then we can talk. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'll take it. Listen, 6-2. Definitely a game of two halves, because at halftime I was absolutely fuming with the defending, the way that we were allowing ourselves to concede these goals. And I mean, it could have been a couple more because Cunha hit the bar. But that second half performance, I'm starting there, because when you score 6 goals away from home to any Premier League team and you get 4 in one half, that has to be the main focus. And you know, Madueke, I definitely have seen a lot of like heat for his kind of abilities, but I think the player is showing that he's adding bows to his arrow. Like he's adding things to his game. The right foot shot 3 times this season, I believe. That can't be a fluke at this point. Like he's clearly worked on that in training to give himself a little bit more of a different dynamic, make himself more unpredictable. So credit to him. And especially when you call an entire town shit the day before, you definitely have to back that chat. Do you know what I mean? We've got a series all about it. You have to back it up. And he did. And I've been saying, you know, the guy 1v1 is a problem. That's one part of his game that I have no worry about. It's just end product decision making, and even the work rate the manager credited at the end, saying 94th minute, that was his most important action. He's tracking back, which is what we need as well. So absolutely buzzing for him. Man the match. unbelievable performance. Even before the goals, if you look at the first half, he was causing them issues, getting the fullback booked, had a couple of shots, testing the keeper. They were booing him, obviously, no surprise there. But he responded. And Cole Palmer, I remember there was people in the live chat last week asking me, where's Cole Palmer? After game week 1, it just goes to show, you got a baller on your hands when people are asking on game week 1, where is he? Because they know he's coming. They know he's responding to the questions. And he was unbelievable as well. 3 assists. I think there was a stat saying first player since Fabregas for us to do that. The goal, brilliantly taken, unbelievable finish. Like, I don't want to downplay it. To hit that first time, midair, perfect weight over the keeper for the Jackson knockdown. Fantastic. More to come from him. Glad that him and Madueke can play together, and they're not going to have to share the same position guaranteed, because now it just means that we can be flexible with our options. And then listen, SAEED said it best. Chelsea's attack is scary. That's what he said. Because the options off the bench were a sight to behold. If these guys play to the level that they're capable of, having Felix come on, big fan of him. Just again, he kind of just has to show it now. People have been, wondering where's Felix for years. He's got a big season ahead of him. He needs to prove a lot of people wrong. Neto coming on. Oh, it was a breath of fresh air to have Neto on for Mudryk on left wing. Just someone that knows how to make runs in behind, doesn't need to be, his hand held by the manager on the touchline. Just great passing to link up for the goal. He basically started the move with Felix on that left-hand side. Then he obviously finishes it with the assist. And Jackson, the last forward I have to talk about, because Jackson gets a whole heap of heat on this show. Whole heap of heat. And if anybody was watching that centre forward play, link up, hold up, bringing down the Sanchez long kick for the assist, getting the goal on the back post. Again, he's not an elite finisher. He's not, he's not an elite Harry Kane level-esque finisher, but it's about time he started getting credit for what he does, because when it's other forwards that are, linking up and interchanging and bringing others into play, and they have goal-scoring wingers, they get the credit. But because, we don't have elite finishers up until this point, he doesn't get the credit for what he does outside the box. He's a very, very good player. And I thought he had a brilliant performance as well. So I was delighted with the attack, man. You can't score 6 goals and not be, but there's still concerns. There's still a couple of concerns. The defense still needs to be better. The first half, Caicedo and Enzo had like 1 tackle between them. Obviously, they massively improved second half. It's great to see the passing range of Enzo in the second half, but we need to be more combative and better off the ball in the midfield, because if we're gonna play these, flicky, fancy, fluid players, we need to be able to defend as well. We can't be conceding 2 goals a game. It's 4 goals conceded in 2 games, so we need to tighten up. But overall, I thought Cucurella dug in. Very big shit house. Renato coming on for him. Another big shit house at left back. It's great to see. Colwell was very good passing out from the back. So, yeah, man, just happy to get 3 points on the board and bounce back from that Man City first game, which was a tough game for anyone. So we can't go quietly, because everybody knows what madness we've been on, but we do need to just put together a bit of a run. We haven't put together a run in years. I'm not really taking the back end of last season in too much, because it was too late by the time we started putting together some consistency. We actually need to go on a bit of a run, 2-3 wins on the bounce, make it some sort of serious push to before we play. I think, who do we play next? That's a tough game. Like they're all tough games, but I think we've got, I can't remember, I have to check, but we've got I think it's Liverpool. I think it might be Liverpool after Forest. So 5 games from now, and up until that point, we just need to go on a bit of a run. But yeah, unbelievable performance, man. Second half, unbelievable. Yeah, he is a 1v1 demon. He is. I said it on the show. Obviously, because Hudson-Odoi, I called him that previously. TOBS had a bit of a...
Is this a new one? Is this a new one now?
He is. Listen, if you watch Madueke and you watch him 1v1...
There's more credence to it with him than there was.
Yeah, but that's because he hasn't had an ACL. Yeah. That's because he hasn't had an Achilles injury.
I'm not talking about the ACL. I'm talking about his ability to actually just stand the man up and beat a player. Yeah. Like he can do that.
But like I said, that's what happens when you don't have an Achilles injury. That will do that to you. That's what Hudson-Odoi
wasn't doing that before the Achilles injury.
Well, he was 17 and he was 18, and he was. I can tell you,
so
he
what's
was.
The evidence? Even again, so then I have to ask you, what's the evidence for calling him a 1v1 demon in men's professional football? There's no evidence for it.
No. He was playing men's professional football. He was playing in a competition that your club have not won, right? Called the Europa League, and he was ripping it.
And So he was one. So he was beating Man.
So he was under
beating Man
Sarri.
consistently
So
from
let
the
me
standing position.
explain. Let me explain. He was under Sarri. He was ripping it in the Europa League, right? He was getting
watched
good
those
minutes
games.
with Hazard and Pedro and Willian. And in the Premier League, he was coming off the bench. He was making appearances, and he was ripping people. Then he has an Achilles, and that shock actually changes a player's, ability to go past people. But again, you're seeing him play for Nottingham Forest now. You're seeing he's a very good player. So
I don't think
I'm
he's
going
a
to
very
take
good player.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he's not
So
he's not a bad player.
yeah.
I don't
So
think he's a very
it
good
is what it
player.
is. But
Bro,
that's that done and dusted. You know what I mean? He would start for you. You know that he would start for you, and that's.
I don't think he would on the left.
Nah, he would.
I don't think
he would start for you.
I don't think he would.
they got that new kid, man. Don't worry, man.
I
They
don't
got
think
that
he
new
would.
kid.
What do you mean he'd start for us?
He'd start on your left wing. He would start for you.
Over who?
Anyone.
So he'd start over Son.
Son's not a left winger. We've spoken about this. We know
Son
Son's
plays
not a
left
wing.
wing.
He played up front.
So unless you're
he played
saying
up front on the weekend.
Unless you're saying he's
goals.
benching, no. He only played up top because Dominic Solanke was injured.
Yeah, exactly.
So unless
That's where he's best.
Unless you're saying he's benching Son, he's not starting.
It should be, bro. We know Son's not a good left winger. He's a striker.
But answer my question: is he benching Son? Yes or no?
For Postecoglou and the way he wants
to
play, yeah, he will.
Son? Yes, it's a simple question. Son plays left wing for Tottenham.
At left wing, he would. At left wing, he would. What you need to worry about is if Son is benching Solanke. That's what you need to worry about. Don't worry about nothing else.
Solanke is injured.
You don't want two 60 million pound strikers on the bench. I'll tell you that.
Solanke was injured. He wasn't even in the squad.
Well, listen, the way Son played, you might not need to see him again. He might be on the bench.
Let's move on. If you're gonna waffle, just waffle elsewhere. You're not making sense. Let's move on.
I'm not making sense. So let's see.
You're not making sense.
Son versus Solanke. Let's see, man.
You're not making sense. You're not making sense. We didn't buy
Anyway, people are too quiet, man. Praise my players, because when there was a lot of drama last week, everyone was talking a lot. So please, man, praise my team.
Yeah, Grizz, start. You start.
I'll go first because I've got them finishing fourth. So
I got them fifth. So
okay,
Fifth, same.
Okay, I thought it was a good performance. I think it could have been. It's one of those games where we've discussed all our games and sort of talked about like a basketball game. That was a basketball game, right? That could have easily been 6-4, 7-6. One of those ones. Like Wolves obviously haven't got the caliber of attacker that you guys have. Obviously, you've accumulated, a good number of. Let me land in it. You guys have accumulated a lot of attackers, spent a lot of money. But I just think if you continue playing like that against the top 4 or 5 teams, it would be a different story. But for that game, fair play. You said, like, I think what Steve said something earlier about Man United haven't got the guns to go out all blazing against teams or whatever. You guys have. You guys have got a lot of attackers, a lot of forwards, and Wolves couldn't handle you in the end. But they had their fair share number of chances. It wasn't convincing or controlled or. It was just
second half. I think was good. Second half was good.
It was an exciting game of football, and you blitzed them in the end because you had the firepower to do what you had to do. But I think from a Maresca point of view, from a coach's point of view, I don't know. Of course, we're just giving our opinions and having a chat about it. I don't think he will be overly pleased with the way it was just a basketball game. It was literally chance. So, but hey, what I mean? I said you're going to improve. I think, and it's exciting. It's fun if you're a Chelsea fan. It's a bit of goals. It's a bit of excitement. You got a win on the board. So upwards and onwards, I guess, if you're a Chelsea fan. But I'd be a bit apprehensive of playing the big boys like that.
I think second half was a bit more controlled, though.
No, yeah, sorry. I feel like it was good that it was an away game. I feel like they needed that away from Stamford Bridge to let them do something. And I feel like, the away fans, they've seen that performance. It gives him a little bit of credit now. I feel like the patience will be a little bit more. Because after the first game against City, they were getting a bit grumpy with him, with the playing out from the back and all that. They got beat off a very good Man City team. Then they've gone to Wolves, and Molineux is a tough place to go. It is. We got beat there last season. And when I seen it at half-time, 2-2, I was like, that's a tough game, that. And then when I actually watched that second half performance, you got to give them credit because to score 6 goals away from home in the Premier League is good. And they have got a lot of criticism. And we have stood on this show. We have sat on this show and called it a mess, looking from the outside. Maresca, fair play to him. He got a tune out of him. But they've got to continue that, like Matisse said. They've got to keep building from that now. And I said it. Chelsea in another few months will be a different team than what we saw in the first game. That's why I was glad we got that Stamford Bridge game out of the way early.
100%.
I feel like that will be a good point. I feel like getting towards Christmas, you've got to go to Stamford Bridge when a few of them players are starting to tick and he's getting his system right and they're starting to think, you know what, this is how we play. I think it'll be long for a few people. So listen, you got to give them the credit. We jumped on them last week, but 6-2, Molineux, fair play.
Yeah, I don't think it was as bad as last week. I just think they didn't finish their chances. They had some chances last week, which Jackson should have scored, maybe a few. But I think, yeah, I can't feel jealous about that. They got attackers, man. Imagine bringing on Pedro Neto and Joao.
They've got a good team, mate. Let me tell you, on paper, it's a good team.
Yeah,
they,
man.
They've got to get that person that can make them into a team. At the minute, it's a mismatch of young and mad players, and there's a few attitude and egos, and nobody really knows where they stand. When he actually cuts that transfer window off, gets rid of the deadwood, and he's working week in, week out with his 21, 22, whatever players he decides he's working with, I feel like he's going to get a tune out of them. And then you'll see a decent team. It's impossible not that Chelsea team not to be a good team. The players they bought, the money they spent, it's impossible. And he's got so many good options. And it's just if the players actually believe in Maresca, instead of, if they look at Maresca and think, who the fuck are you talking to, mate? We're not listening to you. Then he's going to fail. If they buy into him and he's a bit dynamic and he can get a tune out of these young players, then I feel like they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
I think the second half went a long way in showing what they think of Maresca, though, because that first half wasn't great from Chelsea. You know, at half time, it was pretty much the same shit we've been seeing, and I'm sure Matisse can. It's the second half, the hunger, the intensity, the passion. Like, that's something I ain't seen from Chelsea. You know, I remember like a year ago, was it under Poch or Potter or one of them? There was a few moments in games where an attacker would lose the ball or someone would lose the ball, and the urge to run back across 5-6 players was non-existent. Now at least you've got some of that back. Some of that, I say, because it's still one game, it's still one half in one game. But that's a good indication that they're working for the manager. So I don't know.
We'll see. They do have good players. Obviously they've improved on their attack. So of course they're going to be better offensively. But I think we need to see. I just want to see how they fare over the course of the season when it actually comes to controlling more games. Because from what I've read, from what I've seen, this is a manager who wants to control more teams, who wants to control more matches, and yet I still see Chelsea have the same issues in terms of their lack of control in some games. I still see the midfield is a problem. Like I thought, before I get on the midfield, I don't want to just shit on the midfield on the midfield. I thought the attack was wicked. I didn't even think Cole Palmer was playing that well in the first half, and then he goes and does that just before half time, and then second half, him and Noni Madueke, I think I think those two took the game away from Wolves, because I felt at half time Wolves probably felt they could still go at Chelsea. Second half starts and Madueke straight away. I thought that's the best game I've seen of him in a Chelsea shirt. Like I was saying this to Matisse on the weekend roundup. Every single action, he was either cooking Ait Nouri, putting in a dangerous cross on his right foot, or working the goalkeeper. So like offensively, they were brilliant in the second half. And the control did improve in the second half, but I'm still looking at that midfield. I'm still looking at Enzo and Caicedo playing together. Don't care what Robert tells me in the comments. Don't care about what all the Chelsea fans tell me about not watching the team. I'm watching. I've watched this team enough to know that there's problems in that midfield. There's problems in that midfield, and in some areas, there's problems defensively as well. So let's see how they get on this season.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow. Okay. Bit negative there, Toes.
Listen, you see with the midfield, yeah, it's I believe in the individuals, no doubt. I've got no question in the passing ability of the players in midfield, but they have to win more tackles. They just have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're not gonna be combative, we're gonna be too easy to open up in the middle, and that's what happened for one of the goals. You know, the first one, they and even Cunha hitting the bar. Like Caicedo ends up doing the splits almost with the attempt to tackle. He doesn't get the ball. So Enzo as well off the ball. You know, in the first half, getting past, I think, on the first goal, both of them. So they have to get that part of their game better. After that, I don't think there'll be an issue controlling teams. It's just if you're going to control teams, you have to get the ball back. So the pressing from the front has to be on point. Man City in the first game when we played them showed how to press. Their pressing was ridiculous, and we need to be airtight in the middle of the pitch. If we can do those two things, then I haven't got loads of other concerns outside of just physicality in the back line and set pieces and crosses and stuff.
I thought for this game as well, I don't actually like Enzo. Enzo was pulled into the issues at halftime because I think Enzo defensively just isn't good. But Enzo had a much better game than Caicedo. Enzo, I don't think he was bad. I don't think he was bad. I don't actually think he played bad. I just think defensively, there's still something to be said about what he offers out of possession. But he did good work for the third goal, like winning the ball back and actually trying to push Chelsea forward. But yeah, I just think Lavia is key for me. Like, if I look at that team, I think he's the one where I'm like, yo, I'm looking at it now. He needs to be playing every game, but I don't know, every big game, but I don't know how often they'll get him fit and they'll get him available to play these games. He's key for me.
Let me, considering the time, I want to get the super chats in as well. And there's still 9K here and still 2 games to get into, and quite a few Chelsea super chats as well. We'll start with Robert saying, "Dare I say, this is the fruits of elite recruitment. The depth in attack and squad is crazy. While we're hyping up 12 million signings, Renato Viega is super." Your transfers have been called a lot of things over the years, but elite recruitment is a new one, I must say.
No, he says that every week, man. Leave him. He says every week.
But we will find out. We will find out.
Elite recruitment, you know. Imagine spending £1 billion in like 3 months, yeah, and calling that elite recruitment.
Why can't you just give the real dates? Why are you saying 3 months?
It's not fun like that. It's not fun like that. You
In the group chat, no. In the group chat, you want serious football discussion when it comes to Liverpool. When we're doing Ala Madrid and we're poking some fun, you want serious conversation, serious businessmen.
Tell him again.
Come into this now. You want to be silly.
Okay. Do you want us to do the real thing? Do you want us to do the real thing?
It comes with a disclaimer. I'm not
make it any better for you.
I'm not aiming this at Brother Matisse. I'm talking to this brother here, who every week tells us elite recruitment, elite coaching, elite players, elite youngsters, elite academy, elite training ground. My brother, we're not seeing none of this eliteness. It's all foolishness right now. But please.
Bro, Matisse was like, "Oh, give the real timestamp."
Yeah, give the real.
Over 1 billion spent in two seasons.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That's
god.
It's better than 3 months in it, so I'll take it back.
Facts.
Yeah, the facts are still ugly. It's still ugly hearing, bro.
It is, but at least make it true. Do you know what I mean?
All right, cool, no problem.
But do you know what it is with me? As like Robert can do what he wants with this whole thing, but a Premier League title is the goal. That's the aim. You know, it's not to you know, over. I'm not gonna do it Ineos here and over dip the chip, as they say, as Toby would say, where you haven't accomplished anything of any real stature and you're already going crazy. Like, let's actually get back to the pinnacle. Let's actually get back to the pinnacle of football. Let's actually get back to title races, Premier League wins, Champions League semi-finals, Champions League wins. Then we can say elite, because the word elite is the best of the best. And we haven't shown to be the best of the best. So let's actually get there first.
Yeah.
And then we can start to blow our trumpet. You know what I mean? So that's just my 2 cents. As Chelsea fans, that's just my opinion. But Robert obviously would like to go crazy right now. But for me, this game is about glory. That's what
common sense is free. Common sense is still free on every app. Check it out. Go and check out every app. Common sense is free.
Man said Ineos, you know.
Yeah, because you know, apparently there's all rosy.
Certain man.
Listen, it's cool, man. Let's see what they can do, man. All this money spent. Let's see what they can do.
TMB says, I'm not at all surprised when Chelsea blitz teams on the counter. They did the same to many teams last season at the start. Let's not forget. Gilno says, crap footballer Jackson has the same amount of non-penalty goals as Salah since the start of the 23-24 season. Grizz, man enough to admit he might have overshot.
Come on, man. You're comparing Jackson to Salah. Let's move on, man. Stop it. Stop it.
Right.
Fucking asylums are everywhere. It's full. They're full.
I don't think that's what he was asking, brother.
What are we doing here? What are we doing
he was
here?
comparing.
What are we
He
doing
just-
here?
He just gave you a stat.
What are we doing here? Exactly. Shall I start giving stats back to you as well? Why you keep getting involved?
No, but I just want you to acknowledge what he said.
I'll stat you out of this conversation. So shut up.
Stat me out. Stat me out. Go on. Stat me out.
Man
Stat me out. Go on then.
Yo,
Are we
on then.
doing comparing Jackson to Mohamed Salah? Like, what are we doing
wasn't.
here, man? I said it's a
That's not
serious
what he
conversation.
said in
Yeah,
the
but I don't
super
want to
chat.
do little stats because we could do stats all day long with comparisons. Oh, stats from 6 months ago to now, or when a player's been injured or his team's doing.
Bro.
Come on, man. Let's have a serious football conversation.
We are
Jackson
having
to Salah. We're not
serious-
doing it. We're not
We are
doing it.
having serious-
I'm not even gonna waste. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna
Alright,
stop
mate.
breathing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Stop
breathe until we move on.
stop breathing.
Don't breathe then. Fine.
I don't want to go. I don't want to waste breath on Jackson v Salah.
Death count on a show?
No,
He wasn't
Jackson v
even-
Salah is not worth it. I don't want to breathe.
What's mad is my man wasn't even comparing the two. He just
No.
listed the stat because Grizz said last season you actually called this guy shit, and he's
It's
giving
true.
you ample
you need
evidence.
to- you
He's
need-
giving you ample
listen,
evidence to
you know
suggest he's
what?
not shit.
Yeah,
So,
you either
just own up to your
We're the big six show. We're on YouTube. We say things in the hill. Come on,
Okay,
man.
then.
Matisse.
Now-
shit?
man-
Who's not
okay,
shit?
So now a man is pulling
not
up
shit?
what you said. So address what he said, didn't it?
Oh, no, and Big Steve also said he was shit. So let's
Who's not
let's,
shit?
let's
Who's
let's
They're
not
talking
shit?
about Jackson, and they want to put Salah in the same conversation.
okay, see, look,
Shit.
we want to go 2 for 1. See, there you go.
Let's move on. His crap. I'm not talking about that.
I don't want to waste breath, but I can't hold for more than 30 seconds. You know, fuck me
I'm
over.
telling you, Matthias Nunes is shit. That's who's really shit. Is he going out on loan, Steve?
Who?
I've got
You've got a
roles to
soft- you've
collect
got
for
a soft
Matthias
spot for
Nunes. Is he
Jackson,
going-
Matisse.
What's going on with him?
He
Is he going
definitely
out on
does.
loan?
He's got a
Listen,
soft
you
spot
must
for
have been-
Jackson,
you
innit?
must have been fucking blind if you think he's a good player. Watch football with your eyes, man. Stop talking
What do you
shit.
think of
He is
Matthias
garbage.
Nunes? What do you think of
Absolute
Matthias Nunes?
Garbage, mate. Garbage.
What do you think of Matthias Nunes?
Nunes.
Yeah,
I think
Nunes.
Nunes is
Nunes.
not,
Your
I
Nunes.
think
that costs
Nunes
like-
is not much better, but if I had to choose, I'd choose Nunes, to be fair.
Okay, mad.
Darwin Nunes or
No,
Mateus?
he's talking about Matthias.
Deary me, man. Fucking hell.
Oh, gosh, man.
To be honest,
Come
Jackson
on,
is
left,
shit, man.
man.
Let me not add fuel to the fire.
Where
man.
are you going?
Bro,
where
I don't
are you
understand
going?
how you've all of a
Mr.
sudden started
MSN.
defending Jackson like
Where-
this.
where-
bro.
I don't
where are
think
you
Jackson
going,
is shit,
Mr.
though.
MSN.
I actually don't think he's shit.
Jackson's
You got
not-
two out of 3 in MSN slacking. You better
Bro,
stop.
how are you gonna bring things from 2 years ago up now?
I
Bro?
don't give a
We're
fuck.
talking-
You better
bringing up
chill.
Jackson.
Aye,
You
man.
better chill.
Grizz,
I'm
man, look
telling
at these man, Grizz.
You got
Jackson's
2 out of
dead,
3
bro.
MSN and they've
We're
gone
just chilling.
silent.
We're just chilling, Grizz.
Bro, what's that got to do with Jackson being shit and not
He's not shit.
Tell me.
He's not shit. You
shit.
man are just being stubborn. Did you watch?
Oh, he's shit, bro. I don't
When
get
we
it.
say shit, we mean in the grand scheme of elite football. We're the big
Oh my
six.
goodness.
We're not
You've
talking
both
about.
got, let me
we're
just
not
let me
talking
just
about
let
as a
me just
footballer.
say this.
Cool,
But
he's better
then
than all of us.
that's very
Hold on. You've both got
That's very
65
hypocritical,
million
though.
pound strikers in Havertz and Nunes, and they're not outscoring him in the Prem. So
Mad.
what is this? What is this?
Who
He's
said
shit.
who called Nunes good?
You've
How you
got
gonna compare
fair,
Havertz?
bro,
How you gonna
wait,
compare
wait.
Havertz?
No,
They're
no.
not outscoring.
This guy's crazy.
They're not
Who called
outscoring.
Nunes
What's
good?
going on?
You are
If he's
crazy.
shit,
Grizz,
what
you
are
are
your
crazy.
guys making?
You are
like
mad.
crazy?
How you gonna bring
You are mad.
Havertz into the? I
You're
don't get
crazy. You are
Turkish.
crazy.
You are mad.
And
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you, he's yet to
I
even
watch
hit
Erling
40
Braut Haaland
goals.
every week, and you want me to talk about fucking Nicholas Jackson? Show
Alright,
some
cool,
respect.
whatever.
man.
You stay out of this. You
Show
stay
some
out of this.
respect.
I'm
man.
talking to Turkish.
94 goals
I'm
in
talking to
101
Tell him
games
again, man. Tell him again.
Hold on. My bet
Hey,
was
man.
about what's his name? Oh no, it wasn't about. It was Jackson versus Jota. Was it Solanke?
No, it was Solanke.
You didn't make the bet because you're a coward.
I didn't
You
make a
make
bet.
You didn't
My
make the
brother,
bet.
I don't know if
I
we're
want
going
you
to
to
sign
save
another
your money,
striker.
my brother. I want you to save your money.
Then stop saying
Steve,
you made the bet.
Steve,
Stop saying you
brother
made the bet.
Pastor Tobes made a bet about Solanke versus Jota.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, I said.
I'm not
Calm
getting
down.
involved in that. That's messy. That I'm not getting involved.
And he
in
wants to
That's
get, and
it,
then
man.
this other brother, all the Chelsea gremlins want to talk about Jackson versus Mohamed Salah.
You know what
No,
is? You know,
no,
you know
that
what is
was
with you,
one
Grizz? You know what
person.
is
Allow
with you,
it.
Grizz?
Allow
You know
it.
what is? You know
Allow
what
it.
is with you, Grizz?
Allow it.
You-
That was one
Listen,
person.
on your terms.
Saeed wanted to talk about Hoyland and
Oh,
Haaland. at
allow
one
me,
point.
man. I'm
You
not
weren't
involved,
mentioning
man. I'm on the side, man. I'm just saying. I'm not
You know
doing
what
what
I
you're
read
doing,
about
man.
I just don't
Allow
know
me,
how
allow
a
me.
person.
He does
Can-
not. He
can-
doesn't like. He doesn't like accepting that he's wrong.
That's what I'm
unless it's
saying.
something that
I ain't involved,
unless
man.
he's been literally blammed to the ground, he does not accept that he's wrong. You say things, you say so many things on this show, and when they're proven wrong, you don't want to come back here and atone for your errors. You don't. You don't do it. You said, oh, when have I said Darwin Núñez is good? Yes, you've told us repeatedly that he's not good. Yet whenever we slate this guy for not being good, there you are with the Darwin Núñez Defense League telling us X, Y, and Z. Oh, look at his GA. Look at his GA.
Look at his
He's
GA.
dead.
Look at his GA.
Look at his GA. Look at his GA.
Look at his
And when
GA.
Nicholas Jackson,
And
You're
I'm
wasting
gonna- I
9,000
told you
You're wasting
GA
9,000
last
viewers'
season.
time. You're wasting 9,000 viewers.
19 GA, and you don't want to hear it in his first Premier League
9K
season.
live. 9K
Núñez is in
live.
his third.
9K
Núñez is
live. We're
third
talking
Premier
about
League season.
Jackson versus Salah in the same sentence. I
No,
died.
no, but
about 4 minutes ago.
don't do that. Don't take one Chelsea fan
I
and take
died.
it the piss and run away from the conversation, which is that
It's my
your
spirit
striker that
talking.
costs double the money is yet
my
to
spirit.
be leaps and bounds better than mine.
Bro,
Simple.
the Chelsea fan didn't even compare. I
Simple.
can't believe I'm sticking up for Chelsea. The Chelsea fan didn't even
That's the
compare
worst
Mo
bit.
Salah.
I don't know
and
what you're
Jackson.
talking about. I don't know,
He just listed the stat. He listed a stat, and you ran with your own narrative.
Yeah,
as
no,
per. That's what you always do. That's what you always do.
Keep putting up stats, man. When I put up stats, you just literally cuss my stats, but you're putting up a random.
I didn't
Chelsea
cuss. What stats did I cuss? What stats
How
did
have we
I cuss?
ended up here, boys? How the hell have we ended up here?
Jackson
How the
versus
hell have we
Salah.
ended up
Jackson versus Salah.
Bro,
Yeah, of course.
that super chat,
So,
man.
I don't know what's going on here.
Ramadan.
No, it's not even. I didn't even read
It's
this one. It was the
someone
last
else,
one.
yeah.
But,
Let's
Ramadan
read this
said
one. Let's read this one.
Jackson's better than Victoria Osterman, and Mikel hold that. Mikel with his inverted London accent needs to shush. What? Don't quite get you, but we move. I love.
Matisse, give us context for that.
I love nah, please. Blaze says, I
don't
love
have time.
Steve for always being logical. It doesn't matter if they're young. If he's shit, he's shit. Not gonna let them gaslight us about Jackson and Doku.
Always. If you shit, you shit. Just stick with that throughout life. You won't go too far. Shit.
Listen, you want Grizz a coward? Fuck's sake, what a prick. Let me block him.
You know, says even when I pointed that Grizz putting Núñez in Palmer's Player of the Year conversations, he couldn't admit he was wrong. Clear systematic issues. No worries.
When did I put Núñez in Player of the
You
Season?
did. You did.
I
You
said
really
it as a
did.
joke. I said,
I'm sure you did.
I said,
I'm
if you're
sure
gonna do
you
like,
did.
you're gonna do it like that, like as a joke, like wind people up. And Julian Okuri has sent in a super chat twice. All right, mate.
How
So
many
that's
jokes do we get from Grizz? Oh,
We get a lot of jokes.
From
So
Gary
Bozlai,
Stephen
Gerrard
Gerrard
jokes.
joke. It's always a joke. isn't it?
Zubimendi, here we go jokes.
Bad jokes. man.
Bad
It's all about-
jokes.
It's all about entertainment. Bad jokes. Bad jokes. Tune in every week.
Sam says, just wanted to give some love to the panel, being keeping man motivated and happy in life through tough times. Come on. So all who comes first, Chelsea or United? I believe everyone's predicted Chelsea will finish above United in the initial predictions, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
I think so. I think we all done it.
Yeah, pretty much everyone.
Not
done it.
SAEED.
Nah.
Well, like, come on, not Saeed, innit, obviously.
I don't
Grizz
think
Khan.
everyone did.
You Grizz Khan, you put Man United. You
No.
put Man-
No, there's definitely
yeah.
someone
You're
else
right,
in this
he's
panel
right,
that
he's
put
right,
Man
yeah,
United.
Oh
over
man, you
Chelsea.
lot like this is slander, man. You
No, it
lot
wasn't Grizz. It wasn't Grizz.
Nah,
Was
Told
it Tobes?
put Chelsea 6th and United 5th.
Yeah,
See, I
think
knew it
so.
was someone
Yeah.
else. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, straight.
Okay,
the
say no
problem?
more. That's the only one there, Sam, that believes the other way
No
around.
problem. It's no problem.
Colin
Yeah.
says, what's with the setup, Matisse? Looks like he's advertising for the blue light district in Amsterdam.
Why can't you leave Big Steve to make his joke? Why you got to take it before he says it for?
Before he says it. Where are we? Another question, Matisse. Can we get Osimhen now? PSG is also coming in for him. Coming back on my first question, I did not mean swap for Sancho, by the way. We don't need United players, just cash.
Yeah, listen, with Osimhen, if he doesn't want to join or doesn't want to drop his wage demands, then that's that. You know what I mean? Like for me, I've not been pushing this Osimhen hype train too much. Like for me personally, it's not the player I'd be going for. I like Gyökeres at Sporting, I like other strikers, but he would help in some aspects. He would just give us extra goals, and it's like with how bad we've been, you can't reject extra goals. But if he doesn't want to come here, or he's not sure, then I'm not phased. I'm not bothered.
This one, Jay, big up to you all. Question for the panel: where would you rank Palmer out of the top 10s in the PL right now? Listen, we've got more football content pre-recorded coming out this season, more than any other season. So that's something that we're going to be discussing on one of those. And considering we're over 2 hours into this show already and it's past 11 p.m. UK time. Let's save this one for that show. Still appreciate the super chat same way, but we will be doing number 10s and listing them out at some point. Make sure you subscribe, people. On that note, I believe that was the last one on Chelsea. I do have one here again from Jay saying, Tob, you said in the last episode,
Didn't say this.
Kulusevski will score more than Felix. We will be there.
Didn't say this. This guy's just made this up, and he's been doing it on.
I don't know. I
multiple
don't
streams.
know. You make things about.
Didn't
other
say
people.
this.
Why can't people make things about you?
didn't-
I think Jay. I think you did say it.
Everything
Video evidence, man. Send it to the big
Yeah,
six.
yeah. Send it.
email.
Everything I said about you
Email
is
account.
true.
He
I've not made anything up.
literally lied about me. Why can't people lie about you?
What was the lie? What was the lie in what I said? Tell me.
Nah,
Send the
you
footage,
two
man.
just listen. Over 2 hours in. Nah.
I
You
don't
two ain't
understand.
going.
Grizz, man. What's
Guys,
going on,
this
man?
guy's talking rubbish. Kulu will score.
You're
more
cutting
goals
into
than
your own
Felix.
team's time, Tobes, man. Do you want to talk about your win or not?
I
Come
do.
on,
I
man.
do. I just don't get this.
4-0.
super chat. Stupid.
It's very simple. You either said it or you didn't.
I didn't.
Okay, let's move on.
And I've still got 12 super chats here. I'll save them for the end of the show or the subject matters. But what do we go to next? Haaland hat trick, Tottenham 4-0.
Nah, Tottenham, man.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, man.
Fucking
Ah.
Tottenham.
Good result.
What do you mean Tottenham were the champions, won 4 in a row? Ireland's just scored
Yeah,
out.
but it's Ipswich, man. Ipswich.
What do you mean? It's
taking the piss.
It's not your
Bro,
Brighton,
it's
mate.
supposed to be
You don't get a
Ipswich.
second chance. Where are we going, mate? Well, I should talk about me first. We won 4 in a row, breaking records, mate.
Nobody cares, man.
Tottenham. We talk about Tottenham for years on this. Tottenham's the same, isn't it?
Bro, the chat. Do you care?
Oh, Steve flipped.
he said you taking the piss.
He's taking the
Bro.
piss.
Yeah, right, it's up in the corner there. You
Bro.
know what I mean?
But I don't know if the chat care, man. I can't lie.
You know what I mean?
Oh
Come on,
my
get out of the
God.
way, Tottenham.
Oh, what's the gas on this one? You know?
Steve.
What's happening?
Talk about Tottenham.
What's happening?
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, Steve. Go on, go on.
Nah, I'm kind
Let
of.
him live,
I'm
son,
with
sorry.
Steve though, man. I am with him though, man. Come on, man. Haaland hat trick. They've
Go on,
We'll
go on.
talk
go
about
on.
Haaland hat trick. It's fine.
Yeah, but listen, there was a lot more going on at City. What the Gundogan was back, Ireland. You want to talk about Spurs? Spurs are depressing, man. You know that. We're all going to sleep after the show. Let's talk Spurs last, and we all nod off. You know, that's the way it rolls. Isn't it?
No, it was a good weekend for us. It was a good weekend for us.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that yet. It's my turn. So listen, at the end of the day, I want to first of all, I want to say, rest in peace to Sven-Goran Eriksson.
Yeah.
Because Sven was manager at Man City, met him a few times, always found him a top guy, like a really top geezer. And we were absolute dog shit when Sven took over us. We had Thaksin Shinawatra as Prime Minister, and times were not good. But he signed Elano, Vedran Korluka, who Toby knows well. You know, he signed these players, Giovanni. We beat United twice, home and away. Benjani and that. So listen, rest in peace, Sven. England 5, Germany 1, all that jazz. But what a good football guy, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to start that right. Rest in peace, Sven.
Yeah. Absolutely. We will say that.
Yeah.
And then City, listen, it was Ipswich at home, expected to win. Watching Ipswich against Liverpool, I thought they tried. Portman Road's going to be key for them to stay up. The worst thing they could have done, to be fair, was score. I said it in the group chat as soon as they scored that it's like, you know, everyone just got angry. But there's been some good performances. Rico Lewis has come in at right back, playing really, really well. He's trying to keep hold of that shirt from Kyle Walker. Savinho, you know what I mean? What a player he's going to turn out to be. Really, really good on the front foot. Always exciting to get on the ball. He was great to watch. But you've got to have a special mention for Erling Haaland, man. When I watch him, I've seen the goals, 94 goals, 101 games, 10 hat-tricks in 2 seasons. When like Aguero got 12 in like 10 years. And the guy's just hitting the numbers. And all these mongs that go, oh, you don't touch the ball. Or who gives a shit if you don't touch the ball? You know what I mean? It works. The system works. You get a big chance, he finishes it. He absolutely destroyed him. The centre-backs didn't know where he was. They were turning around. Where's he gone now? He's running all over. De Bruyne was finding him and that. And at the end of the day, it's going to be another big season for Earl and City. And at the end, we look really, really good. We do. I think we're a bit light if Erling gets injured, which, you know, he's a big unit. He can carry a few knocks. I don't know if Pep's going to go to the false 9. But for me, I feel like we need to bring someone in. I think this week's going to be interesting. They're talking about Nunes going out on loan now, which suggests to me someone's coming in. They've been linked with Kyogo at Celtic, which is not really a City signing at 29-year-old, but I feel like, you know, he's something different to what we've got. But no, it was a routine win. But Erling Haaland, he just don't get enough for me, you know, the credit. And I feel like the pre-season, not going to the Euros, it helped him. It helped him a lot. And I feel we've definitely changed the play. I feel like Doku and Savinho are being told to get at the fullback more and get the crosses in. Whereas when it was Bernardo and Grealish, it was very slow, knocking it back, coming back. And it can get frustrating, but I feel like we're in for an exciting season. I said it first week. I think some games City are going to blow teams away, and some games we're going to be frustrated. So, yeah, listen, 4-1 at home, Ilkay Gundogan coming back. And people were saying, you know, oh, it's not a big signing and that, but listen, he looked like he'd been there. He was just part of the team. He came in, kept it ticking over. I was watching him off the ball, telling the young lads where to go. He was moving around, and he just looks like he's so happy to be playing football back at City. So, listen, that Gundogan signing, people might underestimate it, but I'm telling you now, it's a big, big signing. It's a big signing.
Business as usual, man. You got going 1-0 down. I thought, what the hell? But it was always, he was always going to bounce back. And to be honest, De Bruyne getting a goal and assist as well, and then he had that shot that hit the bar as well. It looks like he started the season quite well.
And I captained De Bruyne, man. If that went in as well, because
Yeah,
I haven't got Haaland in my team, so I tried to balance that off.
Oh, well, that's my captain.
I know, but
I don't even have my team.
You know when you try to be too clever and it backfires. But I thought if Kevin De Bruyne pulls it off, and when that went in, when I hit the crossbar, I thought, because that would have been 2 goals and 2 assists. Oh, no, 1 assist.
1 assist, yeah, because even his goal was nice as well. Like,
Rico Lewis missed that sitter as well. He tried to smash it at the bar, but we pressed the press.
I want to ask you about Rico Lewis. I think he's ready to take over Kyle Walker. I've rated Rico Lewis since the moment I see him. But what's his best position? Because I see him play for... It was against Spurs, actually, and I thought he was fantastic in the cup game, in the FA Cup. Do you remember when you scored the last-minute winner? I think it was that game. I could be wrong, but it was definitely against Spurs. I thought, who's this kid buzzing around everywhere, full of energy, and he was like, you had seniors playing, but he was the standout. What's his best position?
I don't think anybody knows. I feel like he's played everywhere. He's played in false 9. He's played him in the middle of the park. He's played him right back. He's played him left back. But I feel like watching him now in this team at right back, I think Pep was a bit worried about his height from set plays and stuff like that. But it's not been an issue. And he looks so comfortable on the ball now. He's so mature, coming in them gaps. And Kyle Walker can't do that inverted fullback role. He can't. He's openly admitted that. But Rico can. Rico's been brought up in the academy, and all them academy defenders can play that role. They've been bred into him. And I feel like this is his season. Kyle last season wasn't the best. We know Kyle Walker brings pace, but I feel like Rico Lewis is technically better than him. I feel like if you get a run in the team, he could keep Kyle Walker out of the game. And listen, he's one of our own. He's a young kid, and I'm rooting for him, man. I'm rooting for him, and I feel like he's Pep can't drop him at the minute. I think he's played 2. Been outstanding in both games, and he's got to keep it up.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's up there. He's always had the talent, but I think he's up there. The
maturity side of it as well.
Yeah, like he was really good against Chelsea. Like really, really good.
Anyway, Spurs.
Let me see if there's any super chats on City. I saw one from Blue Moon earlier. Yeah, here we go. Big up SAEED hitting 100K. Come on. However, his club are the worst Big 6 club this season. Also on City, we're looking really good for this time of the season.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Normally they have a slow start.
Only 2 games.
We need somebody. You can't let Alvarez go and people go and then not replace him. I know they've got a couple of young kids on the fringe, O'Reilly and McAtee, but it's not enough. It's not enough. If Haaland gets injured, it's a problem. And I know they go about the false nine. It's a problem. We just need. I think Pep's got it under control, and City are good like that. They would have identified a few targets this week, and there's plenty of money in the bank building up there. So I can't see City not buying or getting somebody through the door this week.
Agree. They have to, man. They actually have to.
And Dallas, who's asking why wasn't Sterling like that City for all he did for the club?
No, listen, he was liked at City. He was, and he did really, really well there. What I was trying to say is that sometimes players have a connection. Like you look at players at City like Zabaleta and people like that, and who are not as good as Raheem Sterling, but they had a connection. And I look at Raheem Sterling's career, and I look at the clubs he's been at, and he's done all right at every club, but he's just not had that connection. That's not me criticising him. I just feel like that's him as a human being. I think football's a business to him. He comes, he trains, he plays his game, and then he goes home, that's the way he is. But I just feel like when you become a legend at a club, you've got to perform on the pitch, but also you've got to have that connection with the supporters, because that's what makes the supporters fall in love with you. And with Raheem, I just don't think that the City fans fell in love with him. I don't think the Chelsea fans did. I don't think the Liverpool fans did. So maybe he needs a new home somewhere now.
Last one in on City as well from Max, saying Haaland's third goal was technically unbelievable. To generate that power and accuracy from a standing position with the second touch is mad. FPL goal. It was.
Bro, he's crazy, man. I know obviously we're over time, but I just wanted to touch on him. Like, for all people talk about his play outside the box, his technical quality when it comes to finishing it's actually insane. That third goal he scored was a mad thing, but I was really impressed with I think it was either the first or the second goal. In fact, the second goal, where he's rounded the keeper so quick, bang, dink. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous, bro.
He's getting better as well. He's getting absolutely better. He's getting involved a little bit more, but he's knowing now when not to run, because he spent a lot of time making false runs. He was never getting the ball. You'd see players like Rodri get the ball deep and Haaland to make a run. Rodri's never finding him with that pass. But now you see the goal, the second one. Kevin De Bruyne got the ball. He made the run. Kevin found him. That's the difference. Don't waste your time running around thinking that Rico Lewis is going to ping one 60 yards onto your foot. It's not happening. Wait till the players that can do it, Foden, Gundogan, De Bruyne, wait till they get the ball, then make your runs. And I feel like he's picking them runs better now, and I'm expecting him to have a great season.
We will see, and we will be here. Hit the like button, people. Definitely over time, but we'll head to TOBS. 4-0 win.
Yeah, well, I won't take too long. Good result, good performance.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, good result, good performance. Much needed clean sheet. Couple good standout performances on the day. Obviously, I have to take into consideration that we're playing Everton, who are quite poor at the moment. But yeah, man, Van der Ven, Romero, fantastic. I thought Basuma, really good.
That goal was sick, man. That goal was nice.
It was. We just played. Kulusevski was good. I think to a man, for the most part, it was just a really good day out for a Spurs fan. And even Odebear was decent as well. I thought good first half, fading second half. But yeah, man, it was refreshing to bounce back like that after a disappointing result against Leicester. So yeah, that's it for me.
Where did Odebear start?
He did start.
Where's he going to be played, do you think? Because I've always thought he's obviously a wide forward, but better off the left.
Yeah, he played mostly off the left for Burnley, but I think because of Solanke and Son, I imagine once Solanke is back in the team, which will be this upcoming weekend, he'll probably be used on both flanks. So I can see him coming off the bench for Son, or I could see him starting on the right-hand side instead of Brennan Johnson.
That's fair. No, well, it's an emphatic win. I mean, Everton look really poor, but it's not a show about them. Tottenham did their job.
Yeah.
You think Everton will go down this year? Because this is the year they don't want to go down with that.
Yeah, they've got the stadium next year. Yeah,
I still don't think they will. You know, I don't think
they will, man. Trust me.
If they there's a player called, obviously, there's a very player crucial to them, which is their centre back Braithwaite.
Yes.
Now, there's a few big clubs circling in the last week, trying to think that they can make an opportunistic signing.
Enlighten us.
And they just can't. They just can't. You know what it is? They just can't afford to lose him. But can they say no to a 75, 80 million pound bid?
Is he worth that?
No,
He's
he's
not.
not.
No, man.
But
But
he's a
who
good
is?
centre-back.
You know what it's like, innit? It's
Good,
like
but it's not worth that, man.
he's very good.
You're paying for potential now with that kind of money.
Yeah.
Look at
So
Look at Gurhey. Gurhey's going for 70 million quid now as well.
Yeah,
He's not going,
yeah,
is
yeah.
he? No one's going to pay
I
that.
mean, yeah, he's never
Newcastle aren't going to pay
worth
that.
never worth that money. What
I don't think
Palace
Newcastle will
want
pay
from
it, you
him.
know.
They are.
So
They're going to pay it.
let's see if
Is
they
it
can
done?
hold on to Braithwaite. If they don't, and as I said, a few big clubs, few big clubs.
Their forward line is just atrocious. Like to be in the Premier League with that front line is takes something special.
Did you not spend like 25, 30 million on Beto?
Beto is just a bad sign. But you know what is with Everton? I can't lie.
Who?
I think Beto. I don't think he's good.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's good. But they signed 2 guys on loan. Jesper Lindstrom. I think he's a decent signing for them. And they signed Ndai as well. Ilman Ndai. He used to play for Sheffield United, then went to Marseille. I think he's decent, man. He's decent. I think if they can get those 2 fit, play them regularly. Play them regularly. But they got a shooter.
They remind me of Wigan and Fleck.
Bro.
Wigan and Fleck used to be like this. Wigan for years would just by the skin of their teeth, they'd stay up.
Yeah,
Sean
cool.
Maloney,
I hope they
Curler
do
from
go
Range,
down, man.
and
Can't stand them, man.
I'm with you, Grizz. I hope they do.
Yeah, can't stand them, man.
Well, you want them to get relegated? New stadium.
Teams, though. There's got to be 3 worse teams than them.
That's the problem.
There are 3 worse teams.
Not even Forest are buying. Who's that guy?
Forest are bloody after that Jimenez from
That's what I'm saying,
Finland.
bro. Showing ambition. Bro, they're
They've
showing
got
ambition.
mad chairman. That chairman is a madman. He's like the owner of Olympiacos as well.
Yeah, he is.
Mariakis.
All of my Greek friends were telling me like he is just so mad. Like he'll just spend mad money in a week if he feels like it.
Bro.
Like, what's anyone going to do?
But Everton, if you look at Everton, because who did they sign to replace? They lost.
I
can't remember.
No. Who did they replace Onana with?
I can't remember because they signed that centre back. They signed a centre back from Lyon, 22 million or something.
Oh yeah, he's good though, man. But he's been wasted. Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. So they signed
Jake
him
O'Brien. Jake O'Brien is the
exactly. They signed him. They signed him to start. They've obviously got Brentford. They've not had either of those players available. But
they're still playing actually young, brother. You know,
yeah,
bro.
They got injuries, bro.
That's wild.
They got injuries.
What I'm saying is Trippier. Like,
their squad's not good.
Man.
James Coleman and that.
Yeah, bro. I don't think they'll get
did you see their graph of the spending they've been doing? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, we're really talking about Everton.
I barely want to speak about Tottenham at this time, and we're speaking about Everton. So, like, I don't know if you want to slowly but surely, sorry, lads, and all of that.
But the kid from Villa. Sorry, my bad. He played against us. Sorry.
Toby likes to take this conversation in mids, innit?
When the Tottenham fan on the panel wants to talk more Everton than Tottenham, it's fucking problems over there. So let me just.
What do you mean? I explained it with Spurs. Well, I don't know what you want from me.
But you're very interested in this conversation.
I'm not.
All right, sorry, you're not. Okay, you're not.
That's good. Time out, that's correct. Have we ever done that before? Have we ever done that? Time out, Take your time out.
I don't know what to do. Should I play the outro? Should I time out?
You should have just turned it off. When we done that, when me and Matisse and SAEED done that playback video, and you just came in and turned it off.
Yeah.
When he came in and then straight away.
Let me get the last 8 super chats in and we wrap it up. Jazzy says bottom mid is the biggest fraud on YouTube. Tell me something I don't know. Number 1, he led the Sterling quote is a Premier League legend agenda, yet last week kept quiet like a rat off a sinking ship. And number 2, I bet 1K for Kai to outscore Solanke this season, and again he went quiet. You're twerking agendas for other players, but when it's Spurs,
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
He's basically saying put your money where your mouth is. £1,000.
Yeah, I didn't get the first tweet. I'm not, and also I'm not betting 1K to some random YouTuber who can't even spell. So yeah. So like what? What the hell? I don't even know you, and you want me to put 1K down? Get out of here, man.
There you go, Jazzy. Shafai says scoring on his return, apologizing to the fans, and then hugging the manager. Was there a better way for Basuma to get back into the fans' good graces? Bashar moved from Libya, Italy, USA, now based in Baku. Still never missed a show. Love you all. Very happy to see Big Steve back. Also, big up
Fucking
you.
Baku, where's Baku? That's Star
Azerbaijan.
Wars. Is that Star Wars? That where that mad bar is? Star Wars. No way do you live in that planet, man, with Star Wars bar. Fair play.
Fair play. Arsenal looks solid, but why Calafiori not playing yet? It's weird. Not so weird. New signing, more comfy. He can just bed his way in slowly but surely. G says, I think Brighton can win against Arsenal. It depends on Pedro. That guy is good. Mr. BP says, remember when Tobe said Brennan Johnson will be better than Saka?
Now, bro, I don't even have to address this.
Now you're just
Anyone who knows me knows this is
now,
just
now,
total nonsense.
Oh, man. BP's an OG. Adam says, Tobes is real quiet about Andrew's spending since he arrived. Total transfer expenditure of 420 M's. Second behind Chelsea. He must win you a trophy.
When have I been quiet? When have I been quiet?
That's the whole point.
Is this true? Is this true?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, we spent money.
Spend, yeah.
We spent money,
man.
Yeah.
Bro, Brennan
It's
Johnson.
mad that they spent that amount of money.
Richarlison.
And those are their wingers. It's crazy to me.
Bro, man, I'm saying, is it true? You saw us spend damn near 50 million on this stud last summer. Well, of course, it's fucking true.
And last, but definitely not least, Troy said, SAEED quote, if my uncle had wheels, he'd be a taxi.
Have you seen this?
I have seen it.
You actually got the quote wrong, though, man.
Why?
Why? What is your auntie instead?
I didn't say uncle. So
Oh, you said auntie. Yeah, that's
He
not the
said
problem.
you
That's
got
not,
the
that-
quote
that's not
wrong.
what we have issue with, bro. That's not what we have an issue with. It's the fact that you said
Imagine
taxi.
Saeed is someone who got a quote wrong, who gets every single quote wrong.
yeah, but you gotta get the quote wrong.
You
got the
just
quote
said to
wrong.
him, he's got the
That's an
quote
L.
wrong. He's got the quote wrong.
You got the quote wrong. 'Cause I didn't say that.
You didn't. Oh, he
We out of
misquoted
here, man.
you.
We out of here.
He misquoted
He
you.
quoted me
And
wrong.
the,
Yeah.
and the